chiquita. ¿Cuántos te amos van ahorita? Yo ya perdí la cuenta. Quiero decirte que te amo. Ya van segundos y te extraño. Que dure siempre esta casualidad. Es que los otros no entenderán lo que se siente ser amigos, ser tan buen amantes, baby, un poquito más. Que dure siempre esta casualidad. Es que los otros no entenderán lo que se siente ser amigos, ser tan buen amantes, baby, un poquito más. Entre las bromas, ay, yo lo sé, que te enamoraste y yo, bebé, real no soy perfecta, amor que me inyectas, no me dejas quieta. Soy tu bebecita, te espero ya mis páginas donde no están escritas, porque los dos juntos podamos pintar donde vamos a estar y nos va a encantar. Que dure siempre esta casualidad, es que los otros no entenderán lo que se siente ser amigos, ser tan buen amantes, baby, un poquito más. Que dure siempre esta casualidad, es que los otros no entenderán lo que se siente ser amigos, ser tan buen amantes, baby, un poquito más. Eres mis ganas de no estar con nadie más. Me pongo roja si preguntas cómo estás. Es que tus besos me saben a miel y toca tu pie también. Al corazón directo llegarás. Te quiero más de lo que quiero. Al final tengo un caballero. En mi vida no habían sido tan sinceros. Eres mi bandolero, por ti mi corazón palpita. Siempre he sido tu chiquita. ¿Cuántos te amos van ahorita? Yo ya perdí la cuenta. Quiero decirte que te amo. Ya van segundos y te extraño. Que dure siempre esta casualidad. Es que los otros no entenderán lo que se siente ser amigos, ser tan buen amantes, baby, un poquito más. Que dure siempre esta casualidad. Es que los otros no entenderán lo que se siente ser amigos, ser tan buen amantes, baby, un poquito más.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
It's time for another Power Play show with Coach Frenchie, Andrew Lepage, ENORTAP, and Michael DiVelleno. It's time, Power Play Show. And we are live for another Power Play Show special edition Saturday night called Let's Talk Habs with the co-host directly for the beautiful Sunshine State in Florida. Coach Frenchie is in the house with the co-host from Toronto, Ontario, number one fan of Montreal Canadiens. He's a little bit more calm down. He's back in the house. Mr. ENORTAP is right here.
Hello, Hockey Nation. How are you, Coach? How you doing?
That's why we are late. I have to come down, Mr. ENORTAP, because Mr. ENORTAP here for the last couple hours, he just hit the wall behind the caveman. He's shaky behind him. We're going to talk about what's happening today with Montreal Canadiens. Two-team trade today, three teams. First of all, Pittsburgh twice. One with the New Jersey Devils, one the Montreal Canadiens. We're going to go through all different things. Couple of players signed as a UFA, of course, around the league today. Talk about a new website we're going to visit all together. I think it's really interesting. And then finally, we're going to talk about fun news around the league, Mr. ENORTAP. Try to get this out shortly because it's next to us Saturday night. It's called during summer, the Let's Talk Habs. And that's happening so far. We have a few people, Mr. Nata. We want to welcome everybody here and fund a beautiful sunny night on the July 16, 2022. We have a few things to say to welcome. What about our captain of the Moderator Hockey Nation live show? After he have a very busy week, he's back with us, Mr. ENORTAP. We welcome him. We open the door from the top to the bottom, and we unlock Mr. DANY. He is in the house tonight.
Danny, welcome.
Did you hear that?
I think so.
Do you know who he's coming from?
No. Oh.
It's Roger.
Oh.
Roger in the back door. He's just screaming, I'm still in the jail. So that's happening, Mr. ENORTAP. He's with Yarmo, and they're stuck behind. And Danny said, no way, brother. You stay in the back for the rest of the summer. We don't need you for the fire pit. We have all in control. Enjoy with Yarmo. You tune off for the summer, and that's happening. Anyway, another story, Mr. ENORTAP. When I start story, Mr. ENORTAP, you have to stop me. I'm going to talk to you about something you never heard before in your life. But we have Mr. Vinny James Bond, 007, the winner of the French quiz last night. We have a lot of questions tonight. 5. They are boring questions, Mr. ENORTAP. I was tired tonight. Do you know how many videos I did today?
2.
I did 3.
You did 3.
I did 3. I did the Montreal Canadiens Habs. I did the Matheson trade Montreal Petry. Then I did the Pittsburgh Devils. If you think about each one is about 2-3 hours each. I thought a Saturday I'm going to relax and take a break, but it was not this way. But it's okay. I'm not going to complain about this because I have James Bond in the house, Mr. ENORTAP. With James Bond, nothing is impossible. We can accomplish everything like that. And we have Mr. Nicolas de Goubi-Bonneau, directement pour la belle province de Québec, dans la région de Sherbrooke. Il est de retour avec nous ce soir. Nicolas, bienvenue dans la maison. From Let's directement en haut de la côte, uphill, Mr. Alexandre MEILLEUR. Welcome back. The winner, and we was wait for him to show up because he not show up since that. The winner, Mr. ENORTAP, of the Bracket NHL Hockey Nation live show. Congratulations, Mr. Alexandre MEILLEUR. Dans la région de Let's
Congratulations. Welcome.
La sucre, M. ENORTAP, c'est la rivière Saint-Maurice qui drove the Saint-Maurice River from La Sucre all the way to Trois-Rivières, and that water go on the fleuve Saint-Laurent. So I'll give you a couple of geography at the same time so you can know what's going on around the province of Quebec, M. ENORTAP. It's all free, so take advantage of this. Maybe you can ask your student when you are back in September where the water's coming from Saint-Maurice, the river, everything like that. But that's another subject. Any comments?
I'm taking notes. Don't worry.
There we go. That's what I was thinking about this. Any questions, just let me know about this one over there. What about Mr. François Petry is in the house tonight?
François, welcome.
Her friends at the borders of Vermont and the border of Massachusetts. It depends where you're at, honestly. I believe when he's in the kitchen, he's at Vermont. When you go to the living room, he's in the Massachusetts. That's what's happening about this one there. I don't know here. Every time he crosses the border inside the house, someone stop him. But anyhow, Mr. Roger Bouchard is in the house tonight, Mr. ENORTAP.
Welcome, Roger.
What is his nickname of Roger Bouchard, Mr. ENORTAP?
I don't know. What is it?
Come on, Mr. Butch.
I don't know.
Butch.
Butch?
Yeah, Émile Bouchard. Pierre Bouchard. Roger Bouchard. We have all the Bouchard. We have all the Butch in the house, Mr. ENORTAP. This is Butch number 3 behind Emile
like
and
one
Pierre.
of your Frenchy quiz questions.
We have to get that one.
Not fair. Not fair.
And the reporter of every new... Oh, we have a new... honestly, I cannot read your... He talk about the Maple Leaf Toronto. I cannot read his emoji. I like the fact every day he bring a new emoji, Mr. ENORTAP. Luciano Graziano is in the house tonight.
Luciano, welcome.
And our friend, Mr. William McLaren. Welcome back.
Great day today. right, William. Welcome.
Anyway, now, I'm close to call him Woody McCovey one day, Mr. Notap. Every time it's coming to my mouth all the time. But we have a friend from Edmonton Oilers. We don't know where he's coming from. That's something we would like to hear from him. Tim, if you tell us, where are you coming from? He talked about, hello, pretty interesting off-season so far. Timmy, you're absolutely right. Thanks to be with us, Tim. Mr. Notap, he's always with us, calm, quiet, and laughing about all the crazy stuff we talk about. But he's always with us.
Welcome.
And our friend Bobby Bagadonuts back in the house tonight from Vegas Golden Knight #1 fans. Welcome back, Bobby Bagadonuts. Welcome back.
Bobby.
I love it. Should start a new restaurant called the Bagadonuts. Just beside the Tim Horton. Would be interesting what good people can like it. I think it's a great nickname, Mr. Notap. As a restaurant, you sell donuts. Different kind of donuts, chocolate, and all the kind of stuff like that. The bag of donuts. Welcome in the bag of donuts, Miss. What do you need this morning? That'd be great. I think it's a great name. It's something maybe I should think about Thailand. Bag of donuts from Thailand. Welcome back, Mr. William. François Pitt, 1.2 photo William. Here we go. Tous les défenseurs de la finale, il en reste un, c'est Edmondson. Nicolas, you're absolutely right about this. And then we have our friend, Buononache, Mr. Octavio Ferreira. Welcome back, Octavio.
Welcome, Octavio.
This week, I'm going to give my leave at 2022 season, then commitment. What do you think about this, Mr. Notap?
I'm trying to make sense of it. I'm going to give put it back up.
His 10th commitment of the Toronto Maple Leafs. It'll be interesting if Kyle Dubas is still there. Blackhawks fan 97 directly from Florida, North Florida. Welcome back, Mr. Blackhawks. I'm here.
Nick. Welcome, Nick.
Every time Blackhawk is in the house, Mr. Notap, is a great day for the Hockey Nation Live show. Because we never know what could happen about this one over there. François, it's official, $1.1 million. Exactly, Danny. Content the trade coach, look, we're going to get there very soon. Nap, all back in the house tonight with Luc Laforson. Welcome back.
Welcome, Nat.
And Stratsik, directly from the Seattle, I'm sorry about that. I was looking about the next thing you said. Stratsik, welcome back. You're absolutely right. No Jeff Petry for Seattle, unfortunately.
No.
Unfortunately. And directly, the Muppet is gone. Mr. Dixon Automotive Group, welcome back in the house tonight.
Hey, Dixon. How's it going?
Like 2 years ago, it was out, you show up, Mr. Notap, the year that Montreal made the playoff, you know that. When I was doing the description, I was going to say, Thomas, Tata! People love it, right? And last year was all about the Muppet. And now we're losing the Tata, we lose the Muppet. Now we'll see what happens next year. Maybe we'll find someone else to get the name.
Matheson.
Mike Matheson. We'll see how he look like. Best wish for Jeff Petry, his family, his wife, his 4 kids. He's a new daddy again this week, so we're great about this one. On reçoit un défenseur 21 qui joue à 4, puis tu veux quoi de plus? Salut Nat. Pack the Monkey, welcome back in the house. Thanks to be with us tonight for the Florida Panthers. Luc Perrier le meilleur que Matheson. Here we go. People talk about Montreal, about the trade. We're not there yet. We're going to get it. Petry voudrait partir. Nicolas, 19,000 people at the State Saputo. Nicolas said that Saputo guys for the soccer game, if you want to know what they are. So congratulations for the Saputo stadium over there. Maybe Alexis Dubuc was there. Who knows? Ron Whitking or RJ maybe. Ron Whitking's 20. Welcome aboard. Thanks to be with us. Directly from some like you let this trade get out of the hands about this. Now we only need to suffer 1 year with the goalies and rookie defensive pick, a top prospect. And we are back on the right track once we find a decent goalie. François Pitt is coming, Mr. ENORTAP. Mr. ENORTAP right now he's holding himself. He want to talk so much. But right now, I don't give him a chance. I just jump in for everybody. So I get him quiet at that moment. And Dixon was Uton about this. My hometown is Edmonton about it. Here we go. My hometown is Edmonton, Victoria, currently back in Victoria. Here we go, Tim. It's just like it's fun to say. Tim Morrison directly from Victoria, British Columbia. Here we go. That's a great. Edmonton. Friends, for the order 6.5 for Cadre pour c'est trop. Nicolas. Please hit the like, click on the likes. And Mr. Jose Duarte, welcome back, Mr. Jose Duarte, directly from upstate New York. Assistant captain of the Hockey National Show for the modérateur, Serge Ouellette. Bienvenue, mon Serge. Welcome back, Serge, directly dans la belle province du Québec. And we have a new store, the Horton Donuts. Here we go, Mr. ENORTAP. We got it. I'm telling you now. Hollywood, Florida. Are you serious? It's just beside me, Mr. Hollywood. Hollywood is about 5 miles from me, Mr. Blackhawks. You just open the doors, go to the balcony. I'm going to maybe see you. Who knows? We'll see about this one over there.
Jet. He can go anywhere, Coach.
Definitely about this. Renaud, welcome back in the house, Mr. Renaud. Thanks to be with us. Should we be worried this is a Matheson third team already? Renaud, we're going to get there. Keep that question on this one over there. My wife said the Leaf won the cup this year.
Oh, Dixon, you got to do something about that.
But here's the point, Dixon. It's always take a note when she said that. Is it the morning? Is it afternoon? Is it the night? Is it after dinner? Is it after drinking? It's all those elements make a
Probably
big...
Probably after drinking.
That's the point, Mr. ENORTAP. So once she said this, you have to take all the factors around her behavior and make this said some stuff like that. Because at 7 o'clock in the morning, she would never said the Leaf going to win the Stanley Cup. But, after a nice barbecue outside, a bottle of wine, and everything like that, the asparagus, and the rice, and then you enjoy, and then
the
you
asparagus.
said, and then she said, I love you, my husband, but the Leafs going to win the Stanley Cup. That's the red flag right there. You get out. You better take the door out, Mr. ENORTAP, because it's going to be dangerous after that. That's on the subject. I can go all the way, Mr. ENORTAP. I think I can be good on the improvisation, whatever they call it. That'd be great. You're welcome, Mr. Sir. We have our friend Nam Tal, directly from PEI, Prince Edward Island, Mr. ENORTAP, in the Maritime. Welcome back, Nam Tal. Glad to see you tonight. Coach ENORTAP on the third team in the East Division next year. Mr. Luciano, we're going to go. We're going to do an exercise with you, Mr. Luciano, in the next 30-40 minutes. Not a problem, the channel we can, and so we have not many people anyway. People want people in Montreal, but it's madness. We need to create some space. In Malaysia, we need a content only, and we have to get a via market. I was drinking Muscle Golden, so I thought the Golden Knight will win this year. Here we go. That's one thing about this one. My wife said the same thing about the Leaf, but it's not getting better for the Leaf. It's just getting worse.
Keep feeding her some wine. That's good.
You have to get the more wine, Luciano. And the reason you could be dangerous, Luciano, once you start to thinking and set another team, NHL, that's why you have a red flag right there. She started thinking about Detroit or Carolina. Now you say, wait a minute, something wrong here. So we pay attention. And this one, Mr. ENORTAP, we cross in 23 minutes. We go all the way from the top to the bottom.
That's beautiful. You see?
We are getting better and better.
Well,
that's great when we see that. We are not late tonight.
That's because I think deep down you really want to talk about this trade, don't you, Coach?
I believe there's something he's going to have right there. So let's go over there, Mr. ENORTAP, and see what's happening today. We're going to talk about the second trade a little bit later, but here we go. The Montreal Canadiens trade Jeff Petry and Rand Pullen to the Pittsburgh Penguins. In return, they got Michael and Matheson and a 4th-round pick 2023. If I can go this, Mr. Nortap, if I can get there on this one over there, I will give you this one, Montreal Canadiens, with PITLICK and Petry and the out of the roster, right? And Matheson in. They have a space. Can you see the number right, Mr. Nortap?
Yeah, $1,200,000.
$1.2 million open up right there. They have 21 players on the roster. They have to get 2 more. The only one RFA is Kirby Dak on this roster, and Samuel Montembeault is another one. And they have to sign, of course, Primo, but Primo and Montembeault can be in the sorry about that, but they can be on the American Hockey League. It makes sense?
It's still not enough money though for Doc and Montembeault.
How much do you think Dak is going to get?
Well, he's still as he reached the, I think he was making what in Chicago?
1
Nine.
point.
Oh, was he making 1 already? I thought he was under 1.
No, he still has his entry level contract.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So you'll probably get him. Does he have any
1.5
on there? At the most, yeah.
So,
Start off.
so I think it'll be good for them about this one over there. I want to finish with this one, Mr. Nortap, is Pittsburgh before we jumping on the trade. I'm sure people want to say Pittsburgh right now have $1.9 million after they trade Matheson and Marino, and they got Ty Smith and Jeff Petry. That's what they got right now on that team, Mr. ENORTAP. So very interesting about this one over there. And for the people who want to know what I'm talking, Mr. Luciano Griziano, I have a new website called tiermaker.com, and you can create Mr. Luciano. Let's see, like, can you see this, Mr. Nortap?
Yeah, Atlanta, or what'd you put?
Yeah, Atlantic right there, right?
Atlantic, yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll go Metropolitan.
Yeah.
Right, and then we get to go here, the Central. And then here we can go to Pacific. And then we can go Stanley Cup. But I think we cannot go to the, we cannot put twice the logo anyway, so we cannot do that.
Right.
Delete the row. So this is this what how this works. A classic example. We can put Toronto there, right here, and that's how we create it. So anyway, I just want sharing this, guys. I will go talk about this a bit later. So let's go back where we're supposed to be, Mr. Nortap. Well, I apologize. I'm getting excited to hear everybody in the chat. And don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. That'd be awesome. We have Mr. Joseph Laham is in the house.
Welcome, Joseph.
Here we go. Let's start with you, Mr. ENORTAP. Before I answer the question, we have a couple of questions. So hold on your question, guys. We're going to talk about the Matheson Petry right now. You can make some comment. I'm going to flew you guys right away. But Mr. ENORTAP, your first comment about this trade.
Well, when I first started hearing the rumblings of what it could be, at first it came out, well, it looks like Petry's going to be moved now. And that was at the heel of the Marino trade. So I thought, okay, my mind already was racing. What can Pittsburgh really offer us? And then it came out that looks like it was Matheson. And I'm going, okay, what else? And then a fourth. And then they threw in Ryan Poehling, which apparently Pittsburgh wanted very badly. And at first I was kind of upset by it. But then when I saw that later on they used the money that they saved to go pick up PITLICK and sign him to a 2-year deal, I was a little bit less skeptical about it. But still, I mean, I don't think it moves the needle for Montreal. You know, I think point wise, you're exchanging. You're probably losing a little bit for now. Maybe Matheson comes into his own later on as he, gets to the peak of his career. Petry will probably do well, on a team like Pittsburgh if he's seated properly, and I think he will be. Paling, I hate to lose because I think of the many prospects that we've had and traded way too soon. So, maybe this is all we get from Paling, and therefore it's a good trade. But if he does develop into, a solid third line centerman with Pittsburgh, then it's not a good move. The fourth round pick is nothing. I mean, you might get lucky and get, a
Sean Farrell
player. Well, no, you won't. You won't.
Why not?
No, not in the fourth round, Coach. It's
Sean
very
Farrell was
difficult.
4th round.
Yeah, but they're rare. Like Sean,
2023 is a really good initial draft.
Gallagher was a 5th rounder, so you could hit a home run, but it doesn't frequently happen. Usually the first
All right,
3 rounds.
so it's time for me to tell you what question for you, Mr. Natal, before we talk with answer everybody.
So I would put it at a level. Neither
Jeff
good
Petry,
nor bad.
what was your expectation to get back?
me?
A dumping salary. How much? What do you expect from Jeff Petry?
Okay, I see where you're headed with this, and I'm not gonna let you go there because the way I see it is Montreal had the cards in their hands. They did not have to give Jeff Petry away, and he didn't necessarily want to leave Montreal. So the key to this would have had to been patience. And if they don't get rid of him now for either a first round
Impossible.
pick or a second round pick and a B prospect, then you wait till trade deadline and you do it then. And there's always a team that needs that one defenseman that they feel will put him over the top. And I think they
So,
were a little
okay, I
bit
will stop you
premature.
there. I will stop you. In the last 10 years, how many players got traded at the trade deadline have a contract at $6.2 million and more with 4 years to go or 3 years to go, and they got traded at the trade deadline?
Well, first of all, their contract, by the time it comes to trade deadline time, it's not the full $6 million because it's only retro. Then you could
Yeah,
always,
but you have to pay him
could have
6.2 the following year.
but you could take back a certain amount of that contract too if the return is very good.
So you want
could take
Montreal to keep
10%,
$3 million
20%.
for the next 2 years after that?
No, it wouldn't be $3 million. I'm talking about maximum, $1 million and a half. And you get what you wanted, which was a first round pick.
You never get a first round pick for Jeff Petry.
Well, what did we get for Sherratt?
Yeah, at the trade deadline. But when you
That's what
trade,
I'm
yeah,
saying.
because he was a UFA.
Yeah, he's a UFA, so that's even worse. At least Petry you have under contract.
So which team, Mr. Natap, are right now, example, at the trade deadline is going to be make the final, or they're going to be the top 10 in NHL, have a salary cap good at the trade deadline, you're going to get a $5 million more on the trade deadline NHL.
But a team
Like
would
Tampa Bay cannot, Toronto cannot, Florida cannot, Carolina cannot, Colorado cannot, Minnesota cannot, St. Louis cannot, Vegas cannot, Calgary cannot. Now you
As
get
of
who
today.
is going to get Petry?
As of today, you're saying.
No, trade deadline.
Right, by trade deadline, their cap situation might not be the same as it is come October. They could have a player that's hurt and is on LTIR, which opens up, who knows, $3, $4, $5 million, and therefore they need a defenseman to come in for them. There's lots of
When you go at the
possibilities.
trade deadline, Mr. Natap, everybody is around $80 million. Everyone. Because when the guy go in a long-term injury reserve, they bring another players inside their team as a backup.
Yeah.
So when you go to trade deadline, their salary is not $66 million.
No, you're right about that. But you're also not paying $6 million for that player. If Petry goes in at trade deadline time, the other team is maybe paying $2 million, and if you retain half of that, they're really paying $1 million for the guy, which is a steal.
It's not still because after that you have to pay him $6.2 million. It's $6.2 million after that.
But not if you retain some of the contract. You're not going to pay $6
But why
million.
Montreal we came to retain the money? He said at the beginning he would not keep any money of any contract for Montreal Canadiens. Was his first thing. I would not trade any money. Any players would keep money on my contract.
But he also said he was in no rush to get rid of him, right? Unless the right deal came along.
For them, it's a great deal.
No, I think it's an average deal. I do not think this benefits Montreal. I do not think it benefits Pittsburgh. As a matter of fact, if you ask me, I think Pittsburgh's worse today than it was yesterday, giving up Marino and giving up Matheson. I don't understand it. The team that came out on top of all this, I think, is New Jersey.
New Jersey?
Yeah.
But they have still enough money to carry on $4.4 million, so it's not like end of the world for that.
But
for Montreal, I think is a great deal for them. That open up their salary drop their salary at $2 million. They dropped 6 years. They got Matheson at his prime time of that one over there. Rand Poland, where do you put him on the ice this year? Suzuki, Dvorak, Dak, Jake Evans. He's the number 5 in your organization as a center.
As a center. But you could use
right?
him on your wing. Yeah.
Okay, but you have 14 winger. So what do you do with him?
Well, the idea is that you're not finished dealing, right? You still have transactions. You still got players, I think, that they need to seriously have a look at. And if you look at the salary cap, $1.5 million, it's nowhere near where it should be for Montreal. It should be a lot more than 1.5. Because what are they going to do with Armia? What are they going to do with Hoffman? What are they going to do with some of their defensemen? Like right now, what you've basically done in Montreal, okay, you've put in Matheson, that's great. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. As a matter of fact, on your questionnaire, on your survey, I put neither. But what it does is it now prevents somebody like Gooley to come up, or Harris, or probably, Barron will probably be up, but it'll prevent maybe Gooley from coming up. And he right now should be playing with Montreal, Gooley, in my eyes. He should not be down at Laval another year.
He would play with Montreal.
I hope so, but I don't know where you do that because you have Savard, you have
he's not on the same side.
Edmondson, you have who else? No,
you have Edmondson and Matheson and Anderson, and then after that you have Cooley
and Harris.
Harris is behind Cooley. So what are you going to do? They're going to move Harris or Matheson on the right side. And Schoenemann, at worst case, they have to. Well, Schoenemann can go back American Hockey League anyway.
Yeah, which brings up the other issue. You've given up a right-handed defenseman in Petry to get a left-handed defenseman in Matheson. And even though he can play on the right side, ideally you would like to have a right-handed defenseman there. Ideally.
But again, that deal with this, that gave you to get PITTLICK and your team for 2 years at $1.1 million. So for me, this is great. And what do you do with Jeff Petry at 37 years old and 3 years? What do you carry on him? $6.2 million. Now you get at 28 years old, you get a guy can play the same level, better transition, better carry on the puck. He can play better around Petry at 28. At $4.8 million, I think this is a great deal for Montreal. If the same situation, they gave away Pacioretty, Vegas, they gave away Peter Marechek, Toronto, They gave away, I missed another one right there, Brent Burns for Carolina. They got nothing, San Jose, for Brent Burns. So now you gave a guy like Petry, he got at 28 years old, and Madison's going. Poland, and this is nothing. Poland is your fifth center of this organization. You have no room for Montreal. If not, they will put on the waiver, they're going to lose him. And if you think you're going to trade any player right now, Hoffman, Anderson, Armia, Biron, Drouin, nobody have money. No money. They have no money nowhere. That's why nobody can trade. They can sign Kadri right now, and they can sign Klember, everything like that. They have no money. They cannot go nowhere. So Montreal have too many players at the end of the day. So the only way they can get PITTLICK is to let it go Petry. And it could be worse. You can give away Petry for nothing. Now they get Mike Matheson, second pairing defenseman for the Montreal. And for your defenseman, Harris, goalie, they can jumping over there. But Cody would be a part of the Montreal Canadiens. Is the worst case. He's maybe not ready. They just send him down. You keep Harris if you want to. Yeah, Schoenemann, you can keep it over there. On the right side, you can shift him one to another side. And at the end of the day, Albert is going to play in the American Hockey League for the year. Maybe jump back during the season. You have some injury. And for me, this is a great way to get there. It's a sacrifice, of course. Petry, he wants to leave the team. That's the first request. He wants to leave the team. You're not going to trade Petry in October and to get better what you got right now. You're not going to create him in September to get better what you got today. So for me, you sign PITTLICK. You are better right now with what you have with PITTLICK versus Poland, and Madison better at Petry. 28 versus 37 costs you 2,000 less, and my book is better for me.
Well,
and Petry right now, are you thinking he's going to play 24 minutes in Pittsburgh?
He's not going to play 24 minutes.
He will play 19 minutes now.
But he shouldn't have been playing 24 minutes in Montreal either. That was the problem. They relied on him too much.
Yeah, but exactly. That's why his number are different, because he play number one. Yeah. In Montreal, he should play not on the power play. He shouldn't be that way. And again, like I said to you, his power play is one of the worst of 137 defensemen analytic data about his power play over there. And at the end of the day, I'm not saying it's not good. I just said at that moment, you cannot. This is what they got. They got something better. What the people are thinking. My first impression, I was said this was bad because the Matheson, I know, the 2 years in Florida was bad. The Pittsburgh have to give credit. They grew him better. He really regenerated over there with Pittsburgh. He scored 11 goals this year with Pittsburgh as a second pairing defenseman. Sometimes he was back and forth. They put Dumoulin with Letang over there. They put Marino with Madison, second pairing over there. He scored 11 goals as a second pairing. That's pretty good. Yes. The second thing I will say to you about Madison, he grew.
Higher scoring team, Coach.
I'm sorry?
Let's not forget, that's a higher scoring team, Pittsburgh, than Montreal is. So let's not forget that as well.
Yeah, but he does not play on the first line. But it doesn't matter. He grew with Westmount and Montreal. He played the midget triple like St. Louis. He was a customer, a client from Quatrax from Ken Hughes with Chris Letang. So they know exactly who he is. They know exactly what he looked like on the locker room, outside, inside, and what kind of player he is. Now, he's not a star. I understand that.
No.
But at 28 years old versus Jeff Petry at 34, at 4.8 versus 6.2, who has the second, and the Pittsburgh right now, who has the second salary highest for the Pittsburgh today? So not that.
On defense?
No, and the team for Pittsburgh.
The second highest?
Yes. Jeff Petry.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. I thought, well, Letang's number one?
No, 6.1.
6.1 for Letang? Wow.
One thing I would say to you, I think, for me, I agree with you about Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I don't think this
I think Pittsburgh are not better who they are right now.
Yeah.
So
look, I'm not saying it's a bad trade. I'm just saying, like I said, on the survey you put out, I put neither. I'm kind of vanilla about the whole trade. I think it is what it is. It's not
Well,
going to
I
move the
think for
needle
me,
for
for what I
Montreal.
can understand for you, you always expect high more for Jeff Petry.
Yes, I did. I'll be honest with that because I saw the precedents of what Kulak gave us. I saw what Lekkonen gave us. I saw what Sherratt gave us. And Petry, if you compare him to Sherratt, he has more offensive ability to me.
But
So I
again,
thought,
both trade are at the traded line. Both players
yeah,
are a
yeah,
UFA. And
yeah,
when you not have a UFA, you have not many. Now, I'll tell you right now, pay attention to what I said everybody. That enough, Drouin, and I missed another one, are all UFA next year. And Jake Allen, all three. They're going to get
yeah.
one first round pick, maybe two from those three players they're going to give away at the traded line in February. Why? Because they are UFA. That's what you cannot get with Petry. And Montreal cannot keep any money on any contract at long term. That's the Marc Bergevin system. It does not work, and Ken Hughes, he will refuse to do that for sure at some point. One other thing, Mr. Natat, was difficult for
Yeah.
Montreal. Long, because John Kleber did not figure out where to go, something pushed out of the Jeff Petry, or they are on the hold to make something. So, Greg Durham, welcome aboard as a new subscriber of the Hockey Nation Live Show.
Welcome.
Here we go, Mr. Natal. Are you ready? Because now we are back where we are
Shoot.
like 1 month ago, behind. After last week, in all the trade is saying, what thing would you say is rebuilding right away? Rebuilding Chicago.
What teams are rebuilding the right way? Well, Chicago hasn't done anything except get rid of, like, strip the house down to its studs right now.
It's
They haven't
Chicago.
started.
They trade the Brincat. They trade their Dak. They gave away Kubalik. That's for me. That's Chicago.
But I'm looking at it from like teams like who did it properly: Ottawa, New Jersey.
No. He's talking about
LA.
rebuilding.
What team would you? Yeah, but these are all teams that rebuilt at some point, and they've done it. Like they've suffered for many years. You look at Ottawa; they suffered for many years. I think they're ready to make a positive step. Detroit suffered for a few
It's
years.
Ottawa, definitely.
New Jersey, LA, they're doing it all the right way. I like that.
Yep. PITTLICK 1.1. Coach Vinny, James Bond. Do you think Petry would be a good fit on Pittsburgh?
You know what? He's going to a better team in terms of where they are. And it will definitely help. And they're not going to rely on him. Like in Montreal, his average was just over 21 minutes per game. So they're not going to rely on him that much. They're going to probably give him 17, 18 minutes in Pittsburgh. Letang will be on the power play, so you're not going to have Petry there. And, if he doesn't have too many responsibilities and he's in the right chair, he's a defenseman that can help a team.
A short term, Pittsburgh win. I'm just comparing Petry Marino. And long term, they were going to lose because Marino is only 24.
That's right. Yeah.
Right? So Matt Murray need to go. The Leaf want a chance to win. Mr. William, I apologize. We are behind, but we're going to get you. I believe Vegas will win the West. Checking the roster, they are solid left winger. Wait for Xavier Dave. Very solid. Carlson get back on the track. Look out.
Agreed. They're a very strong team. Very good talent.
Two things. The goaltending
Goalie.
situation. The injuries make them out last year. And Carlson have to have a better year, Mr. William.
Yeah.
Because you can have a second center, Mr. Natap, with only 7 goals. Or whatever he got. Maybe 11. The goaltending situation right now in Montreal is a mess.
Not a mess. It's just not where we want it eventually. But for this upcoming year, we're fine. As soon as they sign Montebo, you got Allen, you got Montebo, you got Primo if you need them. They're fine for this year.
Joseph Laham, welcome back. I think I said hello earlier. If not, that's what Pittsburgh are mummies about this. Blackhawks 5 mile, something like that. Turn to the right would be fair. Bobby, they are way more solid. I thought under the new coach look like Renault. Here we go. Renault. I'm sorry, but Renault, we just answered to you because we have to talk. Mike Matheson be used more than 37 game and lead the first pairing with Justin Barron.
Yeah, his time will increase in Montreal. I think Matheson actually, believe it or not, he played over 19 minutes in Pittsburgh. He averaged 19 minutes. So I wouldn't want to put it too much on him. Maximum 20, 21. But I don't think he's going to be on the power play.
Here's how we see this, Mr. ENORTAP. Let's go with only the right defense. Don't mix up everybody, right? I believe still Barron with Edmondson, Matheson with Savard, and Whiteman with the third one over there.
Yeah.
I still believe he will put Edmondson with Barron to protect Justin Barron.
Yeah, probably.
You know, I just give you a right away. I'm not saying like you can mess up. But for me, I think at the beginning, they will try to protect Justin Barron.
I think so. Yeah.
Yep.
That's a good point.
Danny, Pittsburgh looking to finish first in the artillery department. I agree with Murray, like the goalie, but it will see. Alex under the match St. Pedro. Sorry, but ENORTAP is really not feeling the straight. Hello, Nicholas said about this.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay with it, Nicholas. It's all right. I just had a little bit higher expectations, that's all.
Ken Hughes said, I'm going to make the trade Saturday, and ENORTAP's going on vacation next week, so we have a time to relax on the net vacation. Get there, everything like that. Why did Brent Dumoulin have a bad year? Everyone thought he was the place so much.
Why did he have a bad year?
I don't think so. Have a bad year. The only thing I would say to you, he was injured. I still believe he played only 60 games, something like that. Dumoulin, or maybe during the playoff. But I think he was more about the. He played 76 games. Do he miss? I don't think so. He's still a guy who scored 3-4 goals per year. He has 18 points. And he finished with plus 24.
Right. I think part of it was from the previous year, if I'm not mistaken, he moved up from the second line to the first line. He played with Letang most of last year.
Yeah.
So that sometimes could affect your play a little bit because you're being relied on a little bit.
I was right. He played only one game on the playoff, Mr. ENORTAP.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
That's why I remember he had something happened to him. So it was really that's happened for him. François expect a lot turnover on Petry. Mr. Derek Lafave, welcome aboard. He is so round. I don't know. He won out and used the cap space.
Hughes needed the cap space, correct? Did he want out? Depends when you ask him. You ask him when.
Petry won out.
Well, it didn't sound like that at the press conference. He sounded relatively okay with staying, even though that's the right diplomatic answer to give at a press conference. I get that. I mean, he has his family that I think was number one concern right now, so you can't blame him for that. But I don't think he was discontent with the team or the direction in which it was going.
No, but honestly, that's his first thing. Can use all the time. We're going to please Jeff Petry to be sure he get what he's looking for.
Yeah.
That's what happened today. Run with Kings. There you go. Do you think Petry play better now? Now that he's closer to home, he will be a lot happier than he was in Montreal. I don't think so. He would play better because he's in Pittsburgh versus Montreal. I don't see as
points than he did this year.
I'm sorry?
He might get more points than he did this year.
I don't see that.
If you look at his average over the years in Montreal, he's actually got a decent average for a defenseman in terms of points.
So you have about 40 points per season for the last 6 years, right?
So last year he didn't get.
Right.
He
But
got, what,
here's the point,
points?
Mr. Notap.
He only got 26 last year, I think.
Right, 27, you have 3 points, right? 42
So I think
points he got the year before. How many point power play? 11. How many points he got before that? 40 points. He got 9 points. 45
Right.
point, 8 points. 42 point, 17 points on power play.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you really believe he's going to get this in Pittsburgh?
He'll get second line power play. He'll be on the second unit.
How many seconds they play unit number 2 in Pittsburgh?
Oh wow, they won't play. Letang's still the leader there. Obviously, I'm not suggesting otherwise. But I
That's
think
the reason I believe he will not make more points
he's
with that.
better than 27 points. He'll get more than 27 points.
Oh
with
yeah,
Pittsburgh.
because but he play under his usually he's supposed to be 40 points. He scored 12 goals per year in the last 5 years before that. Now he have only 6 that last season.
But I think that's what the question was. Do you think his points will increase now that he's with Pittsburgh? And my answer is yes, I think so.
I don't think so. I think he will stay around his normal season. 35 points per year, 40 points. That would be not
that's my
the
point.
max he's going to get over there.
I'm comparing it to last year. I'm
Oh yeah,
saying
yes, but
going
you
to
cannot
Pittsburgh-
compare last year. He needed to show up for 55 game, 60 game, or maybe not, or 55 game.
Yeah, he's also playing for a more offensive-minded team that can put the puck in the net. He'll have his opportunities.
Yeah, it was a down move for Florida. They gave his first round pick 2023. For sure, he was the genius. Then, yeah, Petry is going to have a great year. Totally agree with that one over there. Is for what money is as handcuff with Petry. Everyone knows is everything when you need a cap space about this.
Yeah,
That's a great point about this.
Of course, it's all about the cap space. I mean, what Bergevin did at the end to leave Montreal in that situation, you can't rebuild properly until you get that under control and get rid of some of these huge contracts.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that we take our players, and I'm not suggesting this is the case, but all I'm trying to say is you don't take your players just for cap space purposes and give them away for nothing.
But that's why he did not do it.
I know.
And for me, the Poland trade, he pick up PITTLICK. That's crazy to say that, but that's the reason.
Yeah, yeah.
France Detroit is also forgiving Chariot 4 and 544 Renault, no, 444.5. Somebody else himself. Good night, Nat. God, I hope the Panthers bought this year. Last year, they make so much comeback to win excellent, but this year, you come back to hunt them. The reason behind this, Francois, is because you want the Panthers drop a couple to get better pick for the Montreal Canadiens. Thank you so much, Serge. A great show. It's all about because ENORTAP. He's upset.
Hey, Serge, I'm not upset. I'm happy.
Say again?
I'm happy. I'm not upset.
I know. But you not. We say that 1.9 million was wrong with that ENORTAP, and we get a player he can play 18 minutes.
Well, given that he made $6 million, the intention was to ditch the $6 million and get a pick. If you're rebuilding, that's what you do.
Yeah.
Like Matheson, by the time Montreal is ready to actually...
Matheson would be 31 years old.
31, 32, and he'll still have some gas.
But his contract will be done, Mr. ENORTAP.
Yeah, but he'll still have enough in the tank to
But here's the
help out a
problem
little
I
bit.
can say again.
But he won't be part of that championship team or that team that goes far in the playoffs.
Which team is going to give a second round pick for Jeff Petry?
A team that desperately needs a defenseman.
Who?
Well, you could start with the Leafs.
So you
Leafs
believe
need
Jeff
a
Petry
proper
will get
defense.
that? What are you going to get the money, Toronto?
Okay, but that's a different issue. You just asked me what team would give a second.
Yeah.
We're not assuming salary cap situation.
But you have to fit somewhere out this. The problem I said right now, the Montreal will not get any. I'm sure he checked everywhere to get a first round pick, second round pick. It does not work because the team had no money. 90% team had no money.
What does Dallas have?
I'm sorry?
How much money does Dallas have?
Dallas has right now about 9 million, 15 million without signing Robinson.
Right.
$11 million, and they have to sign Robinson. And they have to sign 2 more players, with Robinson including. And like the next one is Joel Entinger.
So what's Dallas going to do with Klingberg now?
But everything like Klingberg and Kadri, they try to figure out how they can make someone and a trade to drop their salary and to get the Klingberg or Kadri fit in their own team like Colorado and Dallas, example.
Yeah.
That's the only way. But again, I believe me, Jeff Petry cannot get a second round pick in return or a third round pick. And because the team don't have money
right.
to get him.
Not right now. I think come trade deadline, you could have got a second.
You can, again, you will never, you can go all the trade deadline, Mr. ENORTAP. Any players get trade with a minimum at $6 million if more, and you have 3 more years to go, and they get a first round pick or a second round pick. You cannot, everybody, their salary cap is tied up over there. That's the problem. I think that's what they realized. They couldn't do anything at that moment. So why not? Because they can give it to for Jeff Petry, Mr. ENORTAP. They can give this to Dallas. Say, get him, give us a 5th round pick. Now you open up your salary cap like you want to.
Yeah.
But you don't get a plus in return. And he wanted a defenseman in return to be sure he get a spot up because he believed without Matheson or without any defenseman, they are not strong enough to have at least to compete. That's the reason they got Matheson. He said, I cannot give Petry, I don't get a players at the defense. We don't have defensemen. And that's the problem they got about this one over there. Now they can give away Petry, like you said. They can give John Anderson tomorrow. They can give Mike Hoffman tomorrow. They can give Drouin. They can give Dadorov. He didn't clean up his salary cap, but he's not going to get first round pick, second round pick, third round pick.
No.
So for me, again, that trade opened the door to get PITTLICK. And for me, that's a win for Montreal Canadiens because of that all together. They get at 28 years old. They get PITTLICK.
Yeah, I think PITTLICK saved the trade in my eyes.
Yeah,
having him back, and for 2 years too.
Mr. Kelly, I'm sorry, Miss Kelly in the house.
Oh, Danny.
That Montabo Nick contract, Derek. You're absolutely right about this. Mr. RJ Calabro back in the house tonight.
RJ, welcome.
You're very close, Blackhawks, for me. Alabama love the old D. Joseph, welcome back. It was a good try for both Brolin, Nate, a fresh start. There was so many center back, Kit Nature in the wing. Petry need to go, not happy. Could be a problem in the room about this one over there. Poland is going to get the job at Dan Boy over there, so he's going to be at the 4 line over there. My only problem, I said to rent Poland, is going to be always skating in NHL, Mr. ENORTAP.
Yeah, I agree.
That will be my only thing about him. Like you said, can he play third center?
Yeah.
I said this stuff, is from Montreal. He would probably happy play good. So you get a good dressing room and not to get much worse. Petry will win some cap too.
Yeah,
about this.
You never want a rotten apple in the mix. That destroys everything, no matter how talented a team you are. That's why I think Winnipeg is in such big trouble with the 2 or 3 players that are very discontent there. You can't have that and build.
Derek, I'm in North Miami Beach, Mr. Derek. I think the best part of the trade, there was not any future consideration like the Knight like to do. Only Wednesday night straight to joke. Was the Tampa this year? Wasn't Tampa this year, December 20 May. Awesome, direct north. I'm late to the show. Right side, low and right shoulder and shoulder. Coach, welcome aboard, Robert.
Yes, agreed.
At the end, pull-in departure great for PITLICK, Mr. Natap.
Yes.
Hi,
yes,
Kelly.
yes,
Sorry, I forgot the email, Kelly. I won't forget tonight. Yesterday, I had to be at the airport at 4 a.m. Someone put the statistic for Petry Matheson. Matheson looked better. No, but what we can do, Mr. Is this work. We can give you a better stat for Mr. This one there. Here we go. So if you see the GSAV and, of course, the market value of Matheson versus Jeff Petry, for what he got paid in the market, what he get, the salary versus Matheson is getting there comparatively over there. So that gives you an idea what the stat between Jeff Petry and Mike Matheson. That's what the GSV is all about at the end of the day. And if you look about this, Mr. Natap, Petry is going down the last 3 years on the GSVA, and Matheson is growing. One thing I would say to you, I think I said earlier, Pittsburgh did a good job with Mike Matheson. It was really a mess when he left the Toronto with the Florida Panthers, Mr. ENORTAP.
What was his biggest problem in Florida?
Defensive zone.
Yeah, that's kind of what I heard. Defensively, he's not as...
It's because over there, when he was there, it was the one Wegar show up, Ekblad. But when he left, Gudbranson left the building, he really starting to become the bad apple. Like everybody was complaining and blaming him, everything like that. So we have to give credit for Pittsburgh. They saw something what Florida did not see with Mike Matheson, because he turned around him, right? But again, he's a guy can give you 28 to 35 points, I believe, per year. If he can score 10 goals per year, Mike, in our top, I think he'll be.
Good. That's good.
That's pretty good about that. Now, like you said, he's not maybe going to be on the right chair in Montreal at the beginning, but he's a great skater, carry on the puck very well. He's an offensive player, oriented like Petry, but a little bit more faster. And again, 6 years younger. That's for me is a really big step for that trait over there. And that gave you a chance to get this guy, $1.1 million. Again, can use, did it with Rem Pitlick. They don't want to give him the money. They let him go, and they explained to him. And I think, Mr. Natap, between you and me, this deal was done before the UFA.
You think so?
I'm sorry?
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Why'd they wait?
What do you mean?
Why'd they wait so long? Why didn't they do it on...
Because the salary cap?
Well, I think Pittsburgh still had to resolve a few issues with Marino first. I think that was their priority.
But no, but my point is they didn't want to sign him right away until they set up, they trade Petry to give them on this one. That's what they wait.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And you knew
my feeling, like I think they already sit with him. They explained to him, said, "Look, we want you." I think this day was on paper, on the verbally, it was done in my eyes.
If let me ask you a question, Coach, a little bit off topic to that, but suppose Evans doesn't hold up as your fourth center on the team. And by that, I mean he gets injured. Who do we put in the center?
You call up someone from Laval Rocket.
Yeah, it's
the Laurent Dauphin, and now he's not there, but the sixth player we called last year, they play all center.
Yeah. It'll be tough. Yeah, it was nice having that option with Paling, but
now last year you don't have Cody Deck,
right? Yeah.
So that's the one reason over there. All right. And if you keep pulling, another problem with that, but you cannot sign PITLICK.
No, I know. That overall, like I said, bringing PITLICK back was a positive thing for Montreal, and it made it
And
balanced
honestly,
off that
PITLICK
field.
can play center, by the way.
He's played a little bit of
Yeah,
center.
I don't say he's a
Well,
favorite.
yeah.
It's not,
Yeah.
But if it's a guy like this, they can use Paul Biron. If you know what I mean, like it's not the end of the world if they don't have that kind of players.
Yeah.
Zenit Gaming, sorry for the stage on the boat with Zayla and Caroline back in the house. Welcome back to Real Deal Brim. He's back in the house. Make a deal. We did it today. We trade Jeff Petry. Real deal. Welcome back in the house tonight.
Oh, real deal.
And we still have the bag of the nuts with all the style of hockey about this one over there. Alexandre, it's also good for Ken reputation to keep their player happy. If a players need to be traded, it show respect to trade the players. I'll be honest with you, that's what I feel about Ken Hughes. He's so good, he's so a good human being. I'm sure he's still with him. He said, look, Jack, we're going to do everything to trade you. 8 years on Montreal, you deserve it. And look why he act with Carey Price.
Yeah.
Carey Price, when he's ready, we're going to get him. If not, we're going to figure out something else. He's really that kind of person he is. And the fact he does this because he's been negotiating an agent in NHL for many years, Mr. ENORTAP.
Yeah, exactly. And he understands the players and where they're coming from.
Yes, sir. Anyway, we have H2O. Water, welcome back. Long time we don't see you, Mr. H2O. Hopefully you're doing well. I'm sure you keep healthy
H2O.
with your H2O. Thank you, Mr. Danny, to say that. Also, a good condition keep players playing a game. Repeat. Matheson is there to give 20 minutes on the second pair and help the rookies. Also, Matheson need backup. Less pressure now for him with Matheson in the lineup.
Yeah, on Edmondson, I would agree with that. But unfortunately, I don't think that they'll start him on the second line, Matheson, on the second pairing. They might start him on that first pairing with Barron.
Yeah, you know me.
And that's where it'll be tough for him.
I still believe he would play on the second pairing, Mr. ENORTAP.
I hope so. I hope they...
Because you're not going to put him again the first line. They would put Edmondson again the first line.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I don't know. Edmondson at that spot is good too. I don't think so.
Andy Quivula, welcome aboard.
Auntie, how's it going?
Yeah, at that line with no contract is true rental, which most 10-1 at that time. Exactly. About this one over there. Salut, Danny. Matheson wife is a very good player on the U.S. national hockey team.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's a really good hockey player. And him is from Montreal. When you trade a problem, you cannot get too much. So in this case, it's a good trade about this one over there. Mary Senior is the end of the best areas. Kelly, I agree in our tap. We don't know anymore. Coach said last night, Danny, it was the end of the best area. He has a chance to win the cup there. Nandal, do you believe
Where?
Pittsburgh won the Stanley Cup?
Who?
Pittsburgh.
No way. No way.
Here is my first commitment for the league season. Shall not keep the best employee after Christmas.
He'll be there till the end of the year, Luciano. Then he'll be canned if they don't get at it the first round.
Example, and I don't want to be negative here, but if Toronto start with 11, 18, and 4,
Then you'll see Keefe go first.
why right now are the Thanksgiving at that moment, Mr. ENORTAP? What do you do with the best?
Well, I think the first person that experiences the axe is usually the coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
I don't
Keith
think
will
so. He
get
would
it
be
first.
fired, but he's not going to returning.
Yeah, it'll create too much of a disruptance in the course of the year. Like that's something you want to do in the off season when you can interview all the different GMs and pick the correct one, right?
Yeah.
You got more selection, and it makes a lot more sense to do it that way. A coach, yeah, you can do it in the middle of the year.
Imagine if we send a defensive roster full of rookies with a Jack and Box goaltender situation. And that's why Francois can use one something you return. You don't want to keep Petry and then you have no defenseman after that. As it was one of the requests he talked during the press conference Friday. Remember, he didn't make a trade, and then he talked about this where he talked about for that one over there. Mr. Hockey Fox, welcome aboard. It's well beats one team this season. They make some great move that free agency. Hockey Fox, you're absolutely right about this one. Welcome aboard. First time in the Hockey Nation Live show. We welcome you and glad to having you aboard. Hopefully see you again. Don't forget to click on the subscribe. That'll be awesome. Click on the like, of course. And if you're hockey fans of the Detroit Red Wings, you are on the paradise for the next 10 years. Maybe not paradise, but you're going to that direction with the Detroit Red Wings. Let's say question. Which team is on the better path to success right now, Montreal or is forever rival Seattle?
Well, right now, Seattle's they're your typical expansion team, the way they should be, coming upward in the sense that they're starting now to acquire some good pieces in terms of picks. They made some good selections this year. They're starting to get strong at center, especially with right there now. But I gotta say Montreal's a little bit further ahead right at this point.
What's your the end of your answer?
So I would say Montreal's further ahead in the growth period.
It's just because they have more experienced players, I would say, or a little bit older versus Seattle.
Well, Seattle right now has the picks. They have to make these picks over 2023, 2024, and so forth, and then develop them. Montreal already has made a good...
Oh, they have already 43 pick before, you know what I mean?
Right.
So as a prospect bank, Montreal is in the front of the Seattle.
Yeah, and so
on the flip side, Seattle is building the same way like Montreal.
Yeah.
Just behind, like you said. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Good evening, all. Bonsoir. Coach Pierre Martin, welcome aboard.
Hey, Pierre.
I just want to say that correct because Derek Lafayette said, don't take what the coach said as a grain of salt. I would say to you, Derek, and everybody in the chat, when I said that, if ever Kyle Dubas, and I want to be sure it's clarified, sometimes my English may be not good or people just want to listen what they want to hear. When I said that, if Kyle Dubas get fired next year or any moment, the transaction of Matt Murray could become the beginning of the end at the end of his journey or his ride with the Toronto Maple Leafs. I still believe that trade could turn around, could go great, or he can become down if he gets fired. That transaction is going to be remembered for what the beginning of the end of Kyle Dubas in Toronto.
Yeah, absolutely, Coach. And I think for whatever it's worth, Dubas is ready to die on that hill of keeping his plan was to keep 4 high-ended players, and he's done that to date. He's moved other pieces, and it hasn't made much of a difference, especially with the carousel in net. And now this Murray trade will either make him or break him.
Yep. You're absolutely right about this one over there. That'll be interesting. And I hope it would be the Matt Murray we know him in Pittsburgh, right? Because Ottawa was almost like a backup number 3 last season.
Well, they couldn't wait to get rid of him in Ottawa.
They almost went to he went to Belleville.
I know.
So I don't know. He take a chance again. Again, I'll be honest with you. Cal Dubé was not prepared at all. He waited too long to get his option. And the option was getting now. You so gone. And then you can get another goaltender, Georgia. I mean, he can go all the way like that, right? And then Kumper, he doesn't want to spend $5 million goaltender, but he gave 4.8 to Murray. You know what I mean? Like, you have something missing there. He would pay for that, I believe, sure. Tiger 815, Mr. Notap. Tiger is a French guy. Very happy about the transaction. Très bonne transaction. Très d'accord avec toi, mon Tiger 815. J'espère que tu vas t'inscrire au show de Hockey Nation Live Show.
I think the Tiger's happy.
Roger said, is Hughes pushing Price to make a decision?
No, I don't think so.
No.
I don't think Price will let him know.
I still believe it will be in the end of October, end of the August, and then he was said we have to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, I think Montreal's set for either way. They have Plan A and Plan B in place, and they just have to, based on whatever Price tells them, they're going to go that route.
It is Carey Price, Jake Allen, or Jake Allen, Montembeault. That's it. Rams Bergeron, welcome aboard. I would like to see Matheson with Arbor. I have a feeling. Ram, welcome aboard.
I'd like to see Arbor this year too. I'm not sure he'll be up this year.
Mr. Rams, maybe not, Mr. Notap. Do you believe Arbor start the season at Montreal?
I don't think he'll start the season there, but I think at some point he might come up. Especially if there's injury or, maybe some type of trade or whatever. I think at some point he'll come up.
Yeah, possible. I just want to bring to you, Mr. Notap, goal per 60 minutes. Matheson is 97. His primary assist is 88 for Matheson from the projection of the WAR. But the WAR, Jeff Petry, is at 79% about this one over there. I just want to share it with you, that one over there. His power play is Petry have an advantage over Matheson, Mr. Notap. Just want to confirm what Renaud said. We have everything, Mr. Notap. Here, we get all the stuff like that. Pierre Martin, my impression, Matheson would be better in Montreal, his hometown. Use Ramos. Go ahead.
The fact that he's home, it might obviously contribute to his overall improvement. Yeah.
Yep. Tiger said en French, Hughes ramasse ce que le Bergevin a pas fait trop bien l'an passé ou les dernières années. So he said, Hughes got what Bergevin did wrong with all the contract he gave away. Or he gave.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Of course. Especially in the last 2 years.
Randy N, he said, I don't agree with the trade. When now you have Matheson for 4 years committed. He's only 28, Randy.
I think he's entering his peak right now. So
he's on his peak of his potential.
Yeah.
Now we don't get John Carlson in that tap.
No, of course not. And I just hope, like I said, I hope they don't keep him on that first line pairing, and that they put him on the second line pairing, or even possibly the third. But I think second's where he belongs.
But again, it's the same thing we did with Jeff Petry.
No, Petry was moved up to the first line.
But that's a problem.
Right. And we saw the effect.
But we don't have we're going to have the same problem. We don't have anybody first line.
I know. Well, hopefully Barron will assume that responsibility, and
he's too young yet.
It's going to have to be somebody that steps up too. But yeah, you're right. They're too young right now.
Yep. Renaud, Matheson cap is less about this one over there. Petry with 40, 50 points per baseball per day was good for the Habs. Randy? Randy, I would take a note of this one. 50 point with the Pittsburgh and 40 point with Pittsburgh.
40 to 50. I think he's right. I think he's 100% right. That's exactly the range he'll be in.
We'll see.
Okay.
After I go with an top assessment about Petry, view with the Habs about this.
Thank you.
Petry went out when Deschamps was coach, rightfully so, but he was happier with the new management, rightfully so. Pierre Martin, yeah.
That's right, Pierre.
Chef Petry Cahier plus minus is minus 121.
His overall career?
Wow.
Matheson, I think, is in the negatives too, if I'm not mistaken.
Minus 121, Mr. Notap.
Well, defensively, he's not very good defensively, Petry.
Minus 9 for Matheson.
Yeah.
But that's bad, minus 121.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Pittsburgh's not getting him for defense purposes.
Petry still have a good hockey in him. Yes, I agree with you. Meanwhile, 2 years ago in the Stanley Cup run, he was almost talked about the North Trophy. Not necessarily, Randy. You have to remember, when you talk that way, and when he played 28 game, and he got, during that time, he have about 7, 8, 9 goal that time. Then after that, he shot for about the next 80 game, the 20 next after that, and then the 66 this year. He's barely have 25 point, Randy. Now, the last 27 with Martin St. Louis, he have 21 point. So what kind of the Petry you have? Is it the Petry with the 28 game, 30 game, then he played well, and then after that, he shut down by himself? I don't know. But again, he's a okay second pairing defenseman. He can play about score 7, 8, 9 goal, 10 goal, 11 goal, and then he can go 40 point, Randy. Nothing against him about this.
I think he's maybe referring to the 2018-2019 season. That was probably his best year with Montreal. That's when there was him in the conversation of the Norris Trophy, but based on the fact that he had, like, I don't know, 45, 46, 47.
How can you give him a trophy Norris? In 2019, he have only 11 goals.
No, he had 13 goals, I think.
If this is 18-19, 46 point.
46 points, yeah. But that's what happened.
How can you get on your with 46 point? How can you be in the trophy Norris?
Did he not make the All-Star team that year?
All-Star game 2021, about this one over there.
I know he made the All-Star team 1 year. I can't remember which one it was. Maybe even 2 years.
Yeah, he never been on the All-Star game.
No?
No.
Oh.
From what I have here on the stat, that usually they give the trophy, they win, everything like that. And the year you talk about, he finished 18 on the Norris Trophy, Mr. ENORTAP. And last year, when he got the 56 game, he was 13 on the Norris on the vote. Again, he's a good hockey player, right? Second pairing. He just played too much money, too much right there. He played with Montreal, Mr. ENORTAP, 22, 23, 23, 23, 22, 22 minutes per game with the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah.
Frostluck, Renault. France Petry will make a point on power play, but he has a disastrous defensive. Mr. David Arthur, welcome aboard. I just like you beside me. I don't like when you under me. I'm confusing a lot. I prefer you beside me. Jerry, Coach, what do you see the line in Montreal look like?
Which, the defense or the front line?
I think it's forward.
Oh, it depends who they keep up. But Suzuki, Kaufman. I doubt they'll keep Slavkovsky. They'll probably bring him
So I will
down.
go with Dadonov, Suzuki, and Caulfield.
I think it'll be Dadonov, Doc, and Anderson
As a second line,
as a second line. I think that's a nice
you
line.
put Hoffman on the top line.
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to think, because your third line would probably be
Dwayne Gallagher and Dvorak.
Gallagher, and Drouin. I think Drouin will be on the third line.
Dwayne never played first line.
Third line.
Third line, yeah.
Yeah, Drouin with the Dvorak and Galley. And then your fourth line, probably Evans or Mia, and depends if Byron's healthy or not. But now it'll be Remlick, it looks like.
PITLICK.
PITLICK, Remlick. Rem PITLICK.
It's all right. It's autocorrect.
I changed that name.
It's autocorrect. I'm good on autocorrect, Mr.
Yeah,
Notap.
you're very good. Very good. Oh, yeah.
When he left Monday out of the try so long, don't let door hit us and don't worry about this. Robert is not going nowhere about this one there. And Luciano, don't go nowhere. I have a question for you. I'm excited for Petry. Trey Smith, welcome aboard. You're absolutely right about this. Pittsburgh Penguins fans, you should be excited for your Petry et Ty Smith today. Tout est possible. Mon écran a été changé. Ron Edman, welcome aboard. If Petry did not show up for 55 games, Petry has 1 point per game last season. Not true, Randy. I just want to correct you. You have 21 points in the last 27 games, Randy.
Yeah.
All right, but why he did not get point with the first 55 game? You know what I mean? Like, you need to play 82 game, honestly. But I can point you about this one there. He got that kind of the positivity at the end of the season about this one over there. Petry will get a lot of assists. I'm thinking a lot of them. Nicholas, yeah, possible. Perjoin, the PGM de l'Espace Canadien, mon Tiger. We'll see. And what I like about Petry is his Sillinger play well during the playoff. Did Phil Kessing sign with the team yet? No. Francois is still on the Baga Donuts restaurant right now. I think Dwayne Biron will be lost for nothing next year.
Well, Byron, I think if things go the way they're shaping right now.
Well, first of all, you get nothing in Biron. With Byron, you don't get nothing.
Right. Even if you trade him.
He won 3 times on waiver. Nobody pick him.
Yeah.
Right? Other than Dwayne, I'm not agree with that.
Yeah, Drouin can still get you something.
If you have like 45 points at the February at the traded line, he gets something back.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that would be the one over there.
He has to have a good year. A decent
What
year.
about the leap, Danny? 2094.
Yeah, sounds good. I won't be around.
We'll see. Petry played very well 2 years ago when Montreal won on the Stanley Cup run. Oh, we have it, Mr. Notap. That first super chat of the night. Welcome, Mr. Alexandre Meilleur with 279. Thank you so much. Reverse. Chop, chop, chop. Chop, chop, chop. Super chat. Alexandre Meilleur. Super chat, Mr. Alexandre. Thanks so much. We appreciate a lot for your super chat tonight.
Hype.
Here we go. Yeah, it's 2 years ago. Yeah, you're absolutely right about this one. They played very well 2 years ago when Montreal was around there. Yeah. Never happening, Jerry. Why you would MS protect Justin Barron when it's Savard who met Sheffield Saints is big and slow? Because he's only 21 years old, Renaud. So you don't want to put a young guest and all the time on this, on the big, again, the best of the best, Renaud. That's the only reason. Depending on Petry play in the baseball system, X-style, rather fleece or loyal or run X-style mess up the bad.
No, I don't agree with that. As a matter of fact, I think Pittsburgh's a little bit worse off today than they were yesterday when you consider it together with the New Jersey trade.
Yeah.
They gave up a good player in Marino. Very good defensively.
Seattle maybe have given a second for Petry. They have a ton of second and need a right defenseman, Stratic. I still believe they would get Klingberg. But I still believe Stratic he will not get a second round pick for Petry.
I forgot all about Seattle. That's a good point, Coach.
All right, I agree with him. So now you get Petry. All right, let's go. Let's go make the move. Who play for right defenseman for the Montreal Canadiens? Who has the defenseman you have?
You have to go with the youth.
So you're going to go with all youths with 5 of the 6 with youth players? 4 of them?
No, you got Savard and Edmondson. There's 2 out of the 6 that are experienced defensemen. Right?
So now you're going to use Barron, regular with goalie, and Harris.
They need
Then you have to put Whiteman with the mix over there.
That's right. You have Weidman too, so you could use Weidman, Edmondson, and Savard as your 3 experienced, and put 3 rookies there.
So you feel comfortable to have the year like this with those players?
No, I don't feel comfortable. But by the same token, I don't think that they have so many defensive prospects right now that, and I'd say about 2 or 3 of them right now are ready to step up in the NHL. Not on the first line or first pairing, but on the second or the third pairing. And they need that experience at the NHL level, not at the AHL level anymore. It doesn't serve them well to be at Laval anymore.
Which one?
Any one of them. Barron, Gooley, Harris.
Gooley never played professionally.
Yeah, but he was down last year. He played last year.
He never played American Hockey Line, Cooley. He played in Moncton for the Old King and Junior.
Yeah, but I think Gooley has made enough strides that at this point he would be better serviced being with Montreal. And Montreal could really use him, given his size, his physicality, the way he skates.
I don't know. I think it's really risky. You go with 3-4 rookies and your team right there. I think that's the reason why he does not want to trade a pick to leave Petry, because you have nothing in the back, on the backyards. And he know after that what you do the following year, Mr. ENORTAP, you have no defenseman.
But they also signed Schoenemann, right? They signed Weidman again.
Yeah, but Schoenemann is like a rookie.
Yeah.
Played 24 game in NHL.
He played well last year for Montreal. He wasn't bad in the time that he was here.
I don't know. I will not do that, me. I think you cannot rush those young men. Because right now, the way you took Petry with a pick, Cooley become your second defenseman and your lineup. How you get Jordan Harris.
Yeah.
That's a lot demanding. Now you have Harris, Barron as a second pairing. I don't know. I would not do that, but it's all good. McDonald et Pacheco 1-0. Joseph, yeah, absolutely right about this. Dennis in Montreal this year, please. Coach, show a whiteboard the team will see in Montreal this year, please. While the Habs get rid of Kulak, Petry, Chariot, Romanov, and Weber at the end of last year. Yes. About this one over there. If you think about this one, everything they got in return is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Right? Because you think about this second round pick for Kulak. Mm-hmm. Right? And that's Lane Hudson.
Yeah.
Petry, you got Mike Matheson. Chariot,
And a fourth.
you're going to get first round pick next year. Romanov, you get Gordy Dak. And Weber, you give the salary for completely zero with the salary.
Right.
Look at Petry last 5 years stat that should tell you how well he will do in Pittsburgh. Oh yeah, he's not a mention. He is 34 Luciano. Strategic is right. Settle could give him the second round pick.
Yeah, I agree.
So why
But
he
then
did not
you're
trade over there?
I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe he didn't want to have too many rookies on the team.
No, it's because he wanted to be sure he have another defenseman.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. He didn't
Yeah, I
want too
understand.
many rookies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Therefore, goal in the first game I mentioned, Mathieu was only goes a go. Next ad trade for the next ad trade should be Hoffman, Drouin, DeVorak. I don't know if they will. Who is going to be crazy enough to take Hoffman or Drouin right now with a horrible contract?
Right now, nobody will do it.
No. 3, said Winnipeg has been quiet. It's like the Islanders. We don't know what's going on over there, honestly. Danny won again Hoffman as the general manager of the Tim Horton, maybe. I don't know. I best
going to
Drouin for
Montreal,
rental.
Danny.
I best Drouin for rental. The thing who pick him probably don't sign him. So I hope we can trade for the future conversation. Renegade men, welcome aboard. Sorry about that, but welcome aboard.
Yeah.
And I'm regular love story. Jim,
Drouin will get you a good return.
Carey Price remain the problem, not the solution. Jim Fawcett, welcome aboard. How you can see that? Carey Price remain the problem, not the solution.
Well, he's the problem in the sense that
The contract.
it's stall. Yeah, it's his contract is stalling the way that they want to build the team right now because it's handcuffing them with the salary.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I mean, if he comes back and he's healthy, and he can give you 2 or 3 more years, that'll help tremendously.
I agree
It'll
with you
speed up
about
the
this. I
process.
heard Klember want to stay in Dallas, but they are not talking to him, Utah. It's just because they don't have no money to pay him, Jose, and the money he's looking for is too much for Dallas. What they give to him. That's the reason. Matheson should be party tonight in Montreal. Possible. Who knows? Why did Price sign for such a high AAV, knowing if he will this player cap space?
Well, Price went after whatever Bergevin gave him.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Remember, we had this conversation a long time ago. We said it was too much money to give Price $10 million. I know he was the best player, but it's too much. And that was like 6 years ago.
Yep. Coach, the way is going to detain no one want to play in Western Canada.
What do you think?
I don't think so. Look, I had 2 reasons. First, if you're a good team like Edmonton, people want to go there. And I think people want to go in Vancouver. Now, you have a lot of players born in USA does not want to play in Canada anymore because of COVID-19 and the restriction of Canada. And a lot of people undercover, they will never mention that part of there. But many players does not want to go there because of that situation over there. So it's only not the Western. It could be on the East, of course. And that's another problem that Canada face about this one. Now, I'm not talking about European players. I'm talking about American players. Not every one of them, but some of them is really, really, really about this. But again, I don't see like a major, like I said, major, like, I don't know, Mr. Notar, like 50 or 20, 80. But you can get like a couple, like 10, maybe 15, where they are good players. And they said, it's easier to play in USA. And everybody's friend, right? The situation in John Goodrow and Mr. Notap, it's all about family decision.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeff Petry is about family decision. And that's what you get when you become UFA, and what you get when you get 30, 34 years old.
You're right. Yeah.
So.
And they have that right.
Yeah.
They've earned that right to, try to negotiate that.
Alexandre, Drouin contract is not too bad. 5.5 for second line player. If more the injury problem for him.
Yeah.
I agree with you about this one over there.
The money is still a little bit too much, but you're right. If he were to play most of the year, he would continue to put those kind of numbers up that he has had in the past.
And if you think about this, Mr. Zap, 82 game for Drouin, and Montreal, he got about 53 points or 54 points.
Right.
With other team, it's about 60 points. I still believe with Montreal, without before Martin St. Louis, it's always been a 5 to 7, 8 point less like any other team offensively.
Yeah.
That's what I always believe about this one. Go ahead, brother, from Montreal night when they accueille him. Don't worry, Danny, buddy, Michael, my two cousins, everything like that. Look like his family. Alexandre is bottom 6 defensive coach, not like this. If we give you a free pass on the one, Danny. Miles Tessier, welcome back, Mark.
Hey, Miles.
Miles Tessier directly from South Florida. How you doing, buddy? Doing well at school. Glad to see you around, and hopefully see you again. Francois Matheson is from Montreal. Westmount, I think a friend might be very happy. Yep. He played for Lac St. Louis, Midget AAA, and Ken Hughes was involved with the Lac St. Louis AAA at that moment. The one it was of Radulov right now. No. Radulov just signed a 2-year contract and a KHL. And to testing him, look like for testing the bot, they put him on the goalie soccer and they hit the ball on the butt of the players.
I don't know.
That surprised you, right? I said that story, but that's happening on the Twitter account KHL.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So they put 2 players and the goalie. They turn around them, they bend over, and they hit hard with a ball, soccer ball. And the one who hit the butt is the loser of this. Everybody have their own style, Mr. Notap. You never know.
Leave it to Russia.
This trade helped Mr. Hughes to build his reputation. He said he will trade him. Also, it makes sense. Pittsburgh, it closed with no bother for him. His family, good hockey trade there. Pittsburgh is close with no bother for him. Yeah, absolutely right about this one. Ram can play center, yes. He has experience. Last year, he played a lot, Mr. Notap, on the face-off situation. But he's not like a natural center.
No, he's not.
Does it make sense? So he never been like a center all his career. He's more like a winger, but he can use as a center. First, because he's really responsible. Secondly, his speed is pretty good, right? And he's not too bad in face-off.
That's right.
Just what we should, let's say, happen when we get something good at the deadline. Crack for crack, you win. Renault 50 point is not a bottom 6, but I agree for the fans like the ability. About this question, I thought Montreal have 2 PITLICK. Not anymore.
I thought they had 3.
But that's another story. So we can talk about this, Mr. Notap. We have
Tyler, Rem.
Tyler get on UF3, so he let him go.
Yeah. Right. And Rhett?
Rem is a part of the organization now. He just signed a contract today. And Rhett, he was drafted by the Montreal Canadiens. He's still on the NCAA, but you didn't see him around recently.
No.
People don't play with one more ends last year. It'll get real. It's just wait, see before we hunt the guy. I agree with you. And that's what become very important to give him a lot of good points for December. Hello, I'm going to miss Petry. Mile, 3 PITLICK, but trade 1, Jerry. Good one, good one. Joseph, Poland need to go. Too many defense here. The big one need some young center. Maybe they can help him like they did with Matheson.
Yeah, I just hope Paling doesn't develop into what we were hoping that he does under different circumstances.
Yeah,
'Cause that's
definitely.
happened in the past that they've developed a little bit later, and I mean he was still young, so he had the possibility of reaching his goals.
Most probably last year for Drouin anyway, unless surprise us with MICHEL. Yeah, but I doubt it strongly. Drouin scored 53 point max with the Habs and only 18 goals. That season not worth the 33 contract.
He's rarely played a full season too.
Yeah, exactly. About that. Poland will be gone in Europe in 3 years.
Who?
Rand Poland.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Francois, with Drouin, you get your 50, 60 point. If he played, he is not a total disaster. He has an okay year. They can trade him by the deadline. I agree with that.
Agreed.
Well done. Well said, Mr. Nicholas. Drouin only have 50 victories, 70 total career goal. It's not good enough.
Yeah, but how many games has he played? What's his average per year of games played? Like, you have to take that into consideration, Renault.
Now, here's the point behind that, Mr. Nota. If he was doing like this, I think the money, I think the salary is too high for what he produces around.
Yes, that I would agree with.
That's the point behind that. Now, if you have a
I agree.
$3.5 million per year for what he accomplished, I think that's a good way.
Yeah.
Mr. Nooner Roger is in the house, Mr. Nota.
Nooner. I'm not drinking
Does
anything,
Matheson speak
Nooner.
French? Yes, he does, Roger.
Oh, très bien.
Tu penses quoi que la trade de Romanov et Petry, pour moi, c'est deux mauvaises trades? Non. Nicolas. Kodidak, pour ton futur, puis Petry, il veut pas jouer à Montréal, Nicolas. Donc, there's a raison. Alexandre, Renault, same officer, same thing. He's a good NHL player, and this season was on the top 100 point on the season on the best league in the world. Not in the player, but still valuable. I agree with that. The problem with him is when the playoffs start.
He disappears.
Dan Asham, welcome aboard. We're getting there, Mr. Nota. We dropped. Drouin is a playmaker, no need to score like Nugent Hopkins. Vois pas Ellen. Mr. Roger Delaney, welcome aboard.
Hey, Roger.
A real deal. I would not be surprised in the middle of August, the last 2 weeks in August, real deal. And then I will not be surprised they have to wait until September. Another thing, I have to go right for the leave to make the playoff. Ottawa, Detroit got a little, Toronto got worse. I don't say Joseph. They still have the Tavares, the Marner, the Matthews, the Raleigh, the Neyland. The core is still there. It's like Florida. They keep the same thing. Like Tampa Bay lost Palat, but they still have Point. They still have Stankos. They still have Kucherov. They still have Sergachev. They still have Edmund. They still have Vasilevsky. $72 watching, 53 likes. Don't forget to click on the likes. That'd be awesome. Roger, welcome back. Thanks to be with us tonight, everybody. Danny, Renault, if PITLICK put up 20 and 50 points, he is worth 5.5 AAV.
1 year. 1 year right now. I think he's worth having for sure. But let's hope he can continue to grow on that.
I don't think so, Renault. He get a 5.5.
No.
Because the the salary of everybody right now is dropping, Mr. ENORTAP. When you have a palette at $6 million and with you know what I mean, like the way he play compared to Rent PITLICK, right?
But to make that kind of money, you have to produce those kind of numbers consistently over 2 or 3 years at least.
Yeah, exactly. You rock, Danny. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. That'd be awesome. Welcome back, Nooner. And welcome back, Blackhawks. Hey, guys. Gary Bass, welcome back. Look like Montreal has been busy today. Have a some signing and a good trade. You're absolutely right, Gary. Welcome back. You're absolutely right. They trade Petry. And, of course, they sign Rent PITLICK. Don't forget my Montreal Canadiens Habs every day, 11 o'clock Eastern Time. We have this. The Talk Twice visit. Achille is a new subscriber at the Hockey Initial Show. Welcome back in the show.
Welcome.
And we have Mr. Taylor. Big won this trade easily. Tyler?
No, not really.
When this trade possible? Easily. I'm not sure about this one, Tyler. Let time will tell us, honestly, Tyler. And for sure, you have to wait 2-3 years to see that. I said, look up a Laval with prospect and have them win something, like Lafortune said.
In losing Matheson and losing Marino and picking up Petry, that team got older. And they were already.
But they got Ty Smith.
Yeah, Ty Smith is a big defensive liability, is what Ty Smith is.
He have a really bad year.
Yeah.
Now, the good news for him, I'll tell you, he's going to play behind Pedersen and Dumoulin. So he's going to be on the right chair for 1-2 more years.
You'll have who? Dumoulin with Letang.
Yeah.
And then who? Petry probably with
Petry, Pedersen.
Pedersen, yeah. And then
Ty Smith with Rutherwell or Weatherwell, whatever his last name.
With Joseph, maybe.
No, it's Rutherwell, number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joseph did not play last year.
So Ty Smith will be a number 7.
He was number 6.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Why the hell they unload Poland is because he's a 4-center Tyler, and his problem is his skating. Unfortunately for him, Tyler, his skating is really below average about it. Very smart, very, really smart. And now he's going to be behind Suzuki, Dak, Devorak, Jake Evans, Tyler. So that's the reason they let it go. And to get Jeff Petry, Pittsburgh requests to get Rand Poland. That's the reason why, of course, at the same time. Serge Roulette, you can trade Matheson, possible. No, how can I be the first one against Roger? Poland was not showing any improvement, Tyler.
A little bit he did.
Yes. He scored a couple of goals last year, 7 or 8. Petry played. Oh, by the way, you forgot Pezzetta on your lineup.
Who? Pezzetta. Yeah, Pezzetta will be up in.
No, but we don't put him, or we did not put his name there.
Yeah.
Petry play on the worst Oilers team ever. Sure, that did not help the plus minus.
You're right. If you look at the stats, I think 3 of those years he was like at minus 25 or something. 23, 24, or something like that when he was with Edmonton.
With Montreal, minus 30. Now with Edmonton, minus 22.
Yeah.
Only 1 year, Mr. ENORTAP. That's funny.
Oh, just one. That's it?
Yeah.
What were the other years? I thought he had at least 2 or 3 of those.
No. I apologize. Minus 22, minus... Yeah, only 1 year. But he got the second year where he got traded with Edmonton. He got minus 25 with them, and then he got minus 3 with Montreal. Then he got 3, 6. Then he got minus 30 with Montreal, minus 10, and minus 11.
Yeah.
So 1 year and a half with Edmonton, he got minus 47.
Yeah, that's a big chunk of that 121.
Yeah.
So
That enough top six, Francois? Yes. At that moment. Keep with the West question. Keeping with the West if Smith on the Oilers was.
Smith will stay with the Oilers. Yeah, he might go on the LTIR and then retire after that.
Yeah.
If that's what you're meaning.
So what happening this right now, Mr. William, is they're going to give him the $2 million for benefit, and they could put him on the long-term injury reserve at retire, so he can keep his $2 million.
I see.
That's how I said that about this one over there. To answer back to Tyler, to Luke, Poland played 27 game and 19-20 of the 56 game of the season with 1 point. Last season, he played 57 game with 9 goals and 8 assists, 17 points. That gave him about 25 points and 30 points in NHL, Mr. Tyler. Gérard Tremblay, Calvin DeHaan is available for defense. Welcome aboard, Calvin. Yes, he is. There's a UFA, Gerard, great point about this one over there. I still believe they should get Michael Stone or a player like this, 30 years old, play second, third pairing for the Montreal Canadiens, Mr. ENORTAP.
How much?
$1 million, $795. That's what he got last year.
Yeah.
Calvin DeHaan, that's another good one, 44 for Chicago last year. That's a good one that he can get. Expect we're going to follow about this card. Bobby, back at the nuts. Dana will over Canadian defense. He's very excited to watch his hustle on the ice always. It's good, a good players. You won't like it. Here we go. Yeah. Keeping with the West Smith on the list is expected to go and what would be free up over 6 million gap space. What will it be at the first need goaltender or?
Well, they picked up their goaltender, Campbell. That's where the money went.
But I don't think so. We properly answer him because Smith is only at $2 million, Mr. ENORTAP.
$2 million?
Yeah.
So what was the question? By him going on LTIR, will it clear up? How much money will it clear up?
Yeah. $2.2 million.
Yeah.
So William is contract. By the way, Mr. ENORTAP, we're not good here. We should do this more often.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Not here, but here.
Put the Leafs lower? Oh.
All right. So you can go to Edmonton Oilers, guys. You can use the capfriendly.com. And if you can look, Mr. ENORTAP, Mike Smith here, $2.2 million here.
Yeah, yeah.
And with Glenn Boom is at 4.1, he got 6.3. Now they have 1 million up over there. They have to sign 6 players, but with the both of them, 6 million, that will give them $10 million to sign those players, Mr. ENORTAP. Bujajavi, Yamamoto, and McLeod. Does that make sense?
And they're looking to trade Paul Jujarvi.
Possible they do that. Yeah. Let's go back here. I love to do this.
Makes sense.
Lord Biron is a huge in the playoff, but we have so many wingers, cannot keep them allowed. That's all right. Honestly, he never recovered his hip and surgery, still struggle right now. Look like he will not be ready for September. I would not be surprised he become a long-term injury reserve. A work for the Montreal Canadiens at some point, Mr. ENORTAP.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Be my woman one. People say buy season ticket. I have no clue. I wish I could give you the best answer, but I don't know about the season tickets. I'm thinking maybe we can ask her something. Here we go. Butch Bouchard. Roger. Stefkoski get 9 games at the beginning of the season.
Maybe. It's possible.
I think so. They will let him try it, Mr. ENORTAP.
Yeah.
If they keep him around.
Like, unless he has a really bad camp at the beginning, just before.
Montreal fans cannot. I'm sorry.
Unless he has a really poor preseason camp, and
Yeah.
they'll send him down if that's the case.
Montreal fans cannot handle a team and rebuilding phase.
Not too many fan bases can.
Yep.
Name
Yep.
me
So
one
right
that
about
can.
this one over there. It's time to get that. Petry is 65,000 a game. It's about it. Goodbye, Pierre Martin. Mr. Cat Gamer 1. Welcome aboard. Cat. Been airing a possible DAC for what rate?
First of all, well, we talked about that yesterday, I think, a little bit.
But now we know about this, right? The Jet wants his key in return.
Yeah, that's what they want, but they're not going to get it.
So I don't know how they can make a trade anyway.
My starting point is Dvorak. That's it.
Yeah, but they don't want to do that.
Okay.
So,
We'll get him for free in 2 years.
but that's the point. I don't know why they're still trying to work on this if they want to try to do.
I know. I agree.
I don't see that right now. If it is like Jack about this tonight. Sorry, I missed the quiz. Blackhawks
Jack
last night, not a problem. James Bond was so good yesterday. You cannot win yesterday. We're getting down, mister. If you trade Petry for the second round pick, you get the cap space to sign someone like Kulak the short term if you don't want to rush the kid.
For a second round.
The problem, Kulak is already signed.
Yeah, that's the problem with Edmonton, yeah.
Zevlakav, he said next prize, so welcome aboard. Hughes always said he want to replace Petry with a veteran, could be trade or a UFA. You
Sure.
got it, Nicholas. Grace said that. Michel Desormeaux, welcome aboard. We want 3 veteran defender. We also know Matheson is what his former agent. He said the guy is a great leader for the kid. He also freed up a contract spot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Usually, Mr. ENORTAP, when we have someone like him, like Michael's Michel, we have to do this. Well said. Cannot say more at this, Mr. ENORTAP, about this. Drouin contract is not so bad. This been less last year before UFA.
Well, it's only not great in the fact that he hasn't been around, right? If he'd been playing and producing at a 50 to 60, 65 point pace, then that's fantastic.
Yep. Seattle could give number 2, but they won't. I agree with him. Honestly, they want to get a second round pick. Why did not do it?
Well, I don't know. That's a very hypothetical situation. It's hard to comment on.
I still think they wait on the Clember situation.
Well, yeah, but we'll see.
Because
It's
when you have a
possible,
player
you're
like this, right, a team is option B, and they will negotiate, say, look, if it does not work over there, I'm going to consider you guys.
Yeah.
So,
Well, now there's not much choice. Klingberg's about the only one left. Defense.
yeah,
they
but it's
want
maybe not the first priority for Clember. That's my point.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So Clember said, hey, I'm trying to go somewhere else. If it does not work, I'm going to sit with you guys after that, if it does not work.
Exactly.
So that way, that gave Seattle to respond, okay, maybe we're not going to wait for you guys. And he said, that's okay.
And maybe that's why they didn't give Montreal the second, because they're waiting on Klingberg.
Well, that's exactly what I was trying to say. Gainal, welcome aboard. I saw Renault said Poland will hit 60 points next year. 6-point Poland would be like Suzuki. That would not happen. I didn't say it. Klember asking, but won't get $6 million.
Right. I agree.
That would be the max I would give to him.
I don't think he'll get it now.
Now, I would maybe give $7 million, Mr. Notap, a 3 years contract.
Not too many teams can do it right now. That's the problem.
No. But I'm talking about like if you want like the longevity of the contract at that kind of money, I would not do it. I would respond to him. Say, look, if you want $7 million per year, all right,
Yeah.
I cannot give you more at 3 years. Now Seattle can do it. Buffalo can do it.
Yeah.
Detroit can do it. Yeah, about 5-6 teams can do it.
Maybe Ottawa still too. Maybe.
Yeah. Funny joke. You trade Petry to Seattle for a second, then sign Piquet Subban for $3 million. Problem solved.
About a veteran defenseman. Yeah, that's true. But I don't think we want Petry or Subban.
Phil Zeff, about this one, Phil. Price was targeting by dirty player charging the net and should have the protect the goalie more. About this, RJ Colorado signed Brad Hunt for the New York Rangers. Michel, when you sign for 6 years, you don't ask for a trade 2 months later. Family also has to support the player and show respect to the name who paid them.
That's right.
And that's all. Be careful. Don't fall, Mr. Notap.
No. Just picking up my pen.
I want to be sure we care about you. So, Super Drew 932, welcome aboard. Drouin on press, early 60 points. If LD don't know why, I just see him fit on that team.
Yeah,
I agree with you. Okay, no, he said Drouin with Predators.
On the Predators?
Yeah.
No, on press. Autocorrect, I know.
Yeah. It's because he put this after that.
Okay.
I don't know, Nicholas. My only concern about Drouin right now, Mr. Notap, is his wrist.
His wrist, a little bit of his attitude, he's a bit soft.
Any news on who else the league may... no, Kelly, I have no clue what's going on over there.
Nothing
he
today,
surprised
Kelly.
us.
Nothing.
About this one over there. Ram 3040 face off, he believe, for Michael. He said about Ram, hi, Coach, King of Gamer.
Hey, King of Gamers. How's it going?
King, I believe, will be Jake Evans. I call him Jake. Jake Evans.
Jake, yeah.
Yep, I believe it will be that one over there. I just want to confirm with Michel, the face-off around Michael, it was 43% last season.
With Montreal, or?
Yeah, 43.9.
Okay, good.
Yeah, so
he's getting there.
Well, I don't want to defend him, but I just want to, like I said again, he's not a center, but he can pick it up a couple of games. Like, you're not going to be
hurt by.
Yeah, that's my point. I was said to you, he's very smart. Yeah. The guy is very smart. So I think that would be a good one. Okay, I'm doing pretty good. Thanks. All right, our Montreal top 2 defensemen after the straight Magic. Welcome aboard.
Take your pick. We'll have to wait and see. It's who develops, right?
But right now, who do you take?
Who are your top 2 defensemen from what perspective? As offensive, defensive?
No, right now, who you pick? Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But don't go 3, 4, 5, 6. I go with Matheson and Edmondson. Barron is too young to try put him top 2. Savard cannot be 1 and 2. Whiteman it cannot be, and the rest is all young. So I go with Matheson and Edmondson.
I guess process of elimination.
That's what I did. But you know what? Go back last year. Who is number 1, number 2?
In where?
In Montreal.
Last year?
Yeah.
Last year, I would have put.
Petry.
Well, I was going to say there's two parts to the year, right? He wasn't in the first half, but in the
No,
second
no,
half, he
but
was.
not on paper. That's why maybe I understand what you mean. You talk about the
Yeah.
result, but I'm talking about on paper. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I liked how far Romanov had come. I thought he really improved.
By the beginning of the year, Romanov is not on my top
He
two.
No, he wasn't. Last year, yeah, Petry and
You have to go with Edmondson,
Edmondson. Well, he wasn't playing.
but
He
he
didn't
was
play
on
for
the
a long,
roster at the
long time.
beginning. He did not play,
Was
but
it?
it's
He didn't
again,
play,
it's just
remember?
like if I put my whiteboard right as a coach,
Yeah.
you have to put where are they? My first pairing, my second pairing, my third pairing. I have to go with
Yeah.
Edmondson and Petry. Weber is out.
Well, maybe I don't know. I would have probably pushed Sherrod ahead of Edmondson last
Yeah.
year.
Now you're absolutely right
Yeah, maybe.
because Sharia was there. Yeah, I did not think about Sharia. Great point about this one there. So one piece of the puzzle of the piece of the robot. I will leave it. Thank you. RJ60 Light. Don't forget to click on that. Which player for the Montreal Canadiens are on the last year of the contract for the coming year? Also, which playing player have to prove themselves for the new contract? It's easy. Drouin, Allen, and Todorov, King of the Gamer. Do I miss someone?
I don't know. How long did Hoffman get signed for?
3 years.
Was
He
it
said one more
3
year.
years?
I know that.
Okay.
I'm sure of this one. Here we
Yeah,
go.
I
Let's
think
try it.
you're right.
That enough? Paul Biron. Sorry about that.
Byron, yeah.
Yep. That's it. We miss Paul Biron, Mr. ENORTAP.
All right, right.
Yeah. I would for instance for a new contract. That's what I'm talking about. Chino, no. Question, boy. I don't want no. Can Murray stay healthy for Toronto? The probability is 50-50 from the Hockey Nation Live show. West, welcome back in the house.
Wesh, long time no see.
I don't think so. I think you guys, you did not watch Mike Matheson play hockey last season. If you compare him to Carl Alsner, I don't know. But I would give I would respect your opinion about this one. West, everything like that. Coach ENORTAP, what are your expectations for the first full season for the St. Louis on the bench?
I think, to be fair, I think we have to look at it from the perspective of how far does he bring the team? What culture does he help to develop? Because you can't go by his wins and losses, because clearly they're going to have a losing record next year, and that's not necessarily a reflection of St. Louis. It's a reflection of they just don't have the horses right now, or they're not properly developed to that stage. So if he can just make them very competitive on a night to night basis, and you see growth in just about each and every one of their players, then I would say he's had a very successful year.
Great answer, Mr. ENORTAP. For me, development and competitive, compete every night.
Exactly.
That's the only thing I'm looking for. Gaming with IR. For some reason, I got blocked. But welcome back. You find a way to come back, so welcome back. And we apologize. Something happened to you. Yeah, too many IR possible. For coach, which player from this season do you think it will be biggest bounce back season? I'm not sure about the biggest. I will say to you, I'm looking for Gallagher.
Which player for Montreal?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Gallagher could be Drouin if he stays healthy.
But he have a good year if he was not hurt.
Yeah, that's true. He was one of the top scorers or top point getters until he got hurt. Who else? Yeah, that's pretty. Oh, maybe Maybe Dvorak. I know he came on stronger at the end of the year, but he's still not where he could have been.
We have a breaking news. The Detroit Red Wings signed Ultimata for $2.25 million. I'm not disagree with that one over there. Was Wash. If you consider Carl Alsner to Mike Matheson, I don't know what to tell you more. Two complements front players. Carl Alsner cannot skate. Matheson can skate. Matheson is an offensive player. Alsner is a defensive player. So I cannot compare both of them that way, Mr. Wash. How the Blackhawks try hard to think to try to get better next year. Completely agree with that one.
Yeah, they're trying to totally get rid of their big contracts for picks.
Eric was welcome aboard. Habs confirmed for OP next season.
OP?
OP.
What's OP?
Out the playoff.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Autocorrect,
I
Mr.
I got a lot to learn.
I've confirmed. Yes, Eric. There was not the Eric. It's Montreal don't have the team right now with Petry, with Carey Price, make the playoff. They are not good enough for that one with there, Eric. Unfortunately, that energy is third or second line, but this first, no way. About this one over there, François.
Yeah, probably second.
He played first line with Florida Panthers, with Barkov,
Not good.
Huberdeau.
And how did he do?
27 goal.
Oh, not bad. Maybe.
He's good
Maybe
on
there's
the
that
power
play.
play. You know what? The people don't recognize. He is really a playmaker, and he's not afraid. Like
What do you see as Montreal's power play unit one?
Justin Barron, I still believe he will use Caulfield with Suzuki. Now he can add that enough there.
Not Hoffman.
And no, I think he's going to unit number 2 with Jonathan Drouin. You can also, Drouin can be a mix over there. I don't see, because you have that enough, he can pick up Dvorak on the second. Now, in front of the net, I think they will try to keep Anderson at the beginning. They will try to screen and not use Gallagher and Anderson. I think for me, I would prefer to keep Dvorak in front of the net, keep that enough, and keep Zuski and that enough. That's what would be my 1-3-1.
Right. Interesting.
Will Sakoski play next season extra with Matheson next season, saying he has signed for the Sabre or Sleepy? We don't know yet. It's too early to say that. I still believe he's not ready for what I saw at the development camp. But again, it's really when you go to the rookie camp in September, when you're going to play in Buffalo, and then you go to main camp, you're going to figure out this. I still believe Mr. Nata, because we have a lot of winger, they will not push Sakoski to start with Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah, I agree. I could see him up for 9 games, but they also don't want to burn a year of his contract either.
Yeah, I think so. It's all these two guys eat each other. I don't know who he's talking about. It's okay. I want me out. How do you believe become a members? I will be learning on the 31 at our good team again. If I've been beginning years already, know I'm gonna repeat my out. But the same thing, I understand. Not a problem with that one over there. Use version all the same crap. Wash. About that one over there. All right. For this,
Wash is
no.
very harsh tonight.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know why.
I don't know a clue about that's what he's talking about. So if you on the top line, Joe Paletta said,
If he were to stay up, probably.
yeah, you should cassette on repeat. I can a quiz or we try to go all the way back on the end. And then Montreal is on the right path, but you will have to suffer 1-2 years. Yep, so right about this one over there. Try to remember one thing about DUARTE was so happy to get rid of him because he was too demanding, Pierre Martin, about this. Try to go all the way. Question, will Justin play this season Montreal? Yes, Pierre. C'est pas formidable. Ça, coach, on n'a pas besoin de défenseur numéro 1. On s'en va pour la loterie l'an prochain. Pierre said, we don't need a first, we don't have a first number 1, so we're going to be looking for the lottery for the draft pick next year. Luke Hughes, Pourri. All right. Who goes number 1 Toronto? Jim or coach? Normally, Rams, like he said, is usually the coach. Hey, I thought there was no show tonight, Angelo. We surprised everybody. About this, is Matheson check well and from not really. It's not his biggest asset for that one. Butch. Matheson has been an analytic winner for many years in the last season. You're absolutely right, Rudolph. Welcome back in the house. Does Matheson check well in the front? Not really, Butch, about this. You're absolutely right, Pierre Martin. The Habs will have a losing record because they are young, too many good teams, and the East, the moving direction, just have the patience, right? Enjoy. Petry on my friend's team, but I dislike the bank points. Sorry about this, Mr. ENORTAP, what you said?
No, I agreed with him. Yeah.
Hey, guys, what do you think of Gallagher contract? Hurt.
A lot of money.
Hurt.
A lot of money.
Yeah. Nicholas said Hoffman and DUARTE need to rebound.
I think a few others too, but definitely those two.
Hoffman, yes. DUARTE, I would say yes, but he did very well at the end of the season. The last 21 game, he had 17 points, something like that. But you're right, Nicholas. I agree with you about this one. Gallagher contract is very generous. Too generous. In fact, it's too long. Pierre Martin, yes. Too long of this. I refuse to have anyone from Pittsburgh, Boston on my fantasy team. Just make a trade, Angelo, and you'll be fine. Question, how many will Montreal organization speak with the media and when he does not make it feel like St. Louis is another charm? No, you don't go to see this, King of Gamer. About 8 losing straight every time. Not said it would not happen. I was said, you're not going to be panicking. Everybody know the Montreal is at that direction. The people will be patient. At least the reporter. Nobody's going to panicking in Montreal. And I can see my when you listening to the press conference, Mr. ENORTAP, you can see the people together. They've been there. The Suco, the Renaud Lavoie. Those are more united together now. They enjoy the fact like Chantal Maccabi run the show and Martin St. Louis can use. They really enjoy to be a part of this right now. You can see that kind of the fraternity between everybody together. So I think that we'll not see this kind of the disparity where they would be hard on the Montreal Canadiens right now.
Yeah, I agree. It's that positive culture we talked about.
Yes. Gallagher is a warrior, gonna love what he did and the way he would fight for his teammate. Romeo would be missed for his body language, teammates, body going. Yes. Pierre Martin. I love the way Hughes is thinking. He knows how he's working. I agree with you about this one. I don't know anything should enough. Please, you assist panel. Ted enough is on average 20-23 goals per year. Pierre, great hand. He's a playmaker. He see vision is great. Skate above average. And he's not afraid to be in front of the net or to be around the net. But again, he scored his 20 goals. He got his 50, 60 points per 45, 47, 48, 50 points per season. And many teams, he would not be in a number 1 set line. It would be more like about a top 6 line, but he can play good on the power play, Mr. ENORTAP. I try to remember. And last year, Mr. ENORTAP, he have 20 goals and he barely played top line over there. I'll just give you an idea. 20, Yeah, 13 and 55. That's the most 20. 25, 28, and 28 with the Florida Panthers, Mr. ENORTAP. And he has 6, 8, 11 goal power play with Mr. ENORTAP. Last year, 20 goal. He had 5 on power play. He scored on power play. He remind me a lot Victor Olafson for the Buffalo Sabres. If you want to compare him, that's what he looked like. And he had 43, 47, 65 points first year with the Barkov at 70 points. But it's Barkov.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
You know. Looks at dang, send out at the kid. We should not show up. Look, we're going to forfeit no game next year. Right now, Montreal et Ottawa are so further que the leave or the rebuild. So many draft pick prospect leave have as yeah. I agree with you about this one over there. Good night, everybody. We're getting there for sure. It's Saturday night. We can go. Maybe a 3-4 would be good if they don't go well. Absolutely right. West. No, I love you, Mr. West. That's the way I want you to talk to us. That way, you show up right there. Great fans of the Montreal Canadiens with positivity, and it makes sense to me. That's what we want here in that shot. When you do this, and I'll stop smiling. That's why we love you, West. And we miss you, by the way. You should come back more often, my friend.
That's it, exactly.
Is it true Trump got a contract for some team? No.
Unless it happened in the last 2 hours.
Yeah. Do you think our future for the defense set, or are we missing some talent in that top 4?
We're still missing a true number 1, a solid puck carrier.
Now, can we develop Baron? Possible, but we don't have right now. Like the potential are more 2 and 3, 2 and 3, 2 and 3.
2, 3, 4.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like we don't have like, oh, this kid is going to be number 1. No.
One exception.
Yeah, and just do it.
Yeah, our Mr. Hudson, if he develops properly,
yes,
he could be that pet player.
Absolutely right about this one over there. How does that say, Kelly? Je voulais pas, mais oui. Night Blackhawks, night. Where can we write question to Coach ENORTAP? Right there, Mr. Super. You just did it, and we're going to answer to you, my friend. Good job, by the way. Terry, throwing this out there, Vegas makes Seneca funnel because they all have chip on their shoulder and some time to rally. Otherwise, they need to build a winner contender. Yeah, Mr. Terry, absolutely right. Suba, you can ask on the chat. Danny, you're absolutely right about this one over there. And Mr. ENORTAP, you don't believe me, but we just crossed the end of this. Everybody stay in the chat.
Everybody's done?
Oh, my God! Everybody's done. We did it all the way.
Beautiful.
It's great. See that? We'll give you a break tomorrow. Mr. Everything about this one there. King, is a little bit not too late. I will give you Ustaru Terishimento, the greatest draft pick. Nowhere to find out. Which player in the last top 10 for defense and the 2023 can you say as true number 1 defense potential?
That's a good question because out of the top 10 players, I think like 7 or 8 of them are centermen.
Yes.
And the other 2 are wingers. So
yes.
I don't know.
They have no like compared to this year, the defense is really bad about this one over there. It's funny you said that, Mr. ENORTAP. And because here we go. Bedal, Mishkov, Fantilli, Benson, Devoski, Altunen, Danielson, Stramel. The first one, Cam Allen from Guelph.
Guelph, okay.
All right. And then you have Wood, Yager, Gulyav for the left defenseman over there. Barlow,
the Russian.
Sell, Carlson, Ritchie, Smith. C'est le but! Daniel Butt. I love it. I can't wait to pronounce his name. Montreal Canadiens score by number 42, Daniel Boot. Center, ring wing. Mr. ENORTAP, the
Only
top
two of the top
23. Only
Wow.
two.
Wow.
It's
wow.
not a season for this. Next year, Mr. ENORTAP.
Okay. Well, which is good that our best prospects are defensemen in our
Yep.
system. So
Everybody excited for my tonight? Not easy, guys. Tonight I was boring. Not boring. I worked so hard today. I just go fast I can to make question, and you can go on Google to find them. If you want to cheat, you can do that. We're not going to tell anybody, but we can go from there, Mr. ENORTAP. Let's start in with the first question of the night. How many players in the NHL history play for 9 and plus different teams during the career? How many of them? 19 players, 22, 26, 29, or 31. How many players in the NHL history play for 9 and plus year different team? And during the career. Remember, Mr. ENORTAP, that first question is good for the rest of the night. Okay, RJ, I got it. Nicolas, I got it. Oh, Mr. Rudolph, I got it. Run with Kings, I got it. Supra, I got it. Oh man, Brand, I got it. Thanks, Brand. Magic, I got it. Pierre, I got it. Bobby Magadonuts, I got it. David Arthur, I got it. Vinny, Francois, Jose, Joseph, Mark, Danny, Tara. Welcome back, Tara. Long time. Miss Tara was with us. Kelly, Luc Lafortune, Angelo, King of Game, Joe Friday. Joe, welcome back. Mark, welcome back, by the way. Joseph Laham, welcome with us tonight. Here we go, Mr. ENORTAP.
I'm gonna go with B, 22.
22 would be before Mr. ENORTAP. Angelo, I got it. Roger, I got it. And Roger, ladies and gentlemen, he got the first one with a C. We have Super, Magic, David, Tara, Kelly, Joseph, and Roger at the last minute pick up this answer. Congratulations.
Bad start. Bad start.
5 questions we have tonight. Number 1 is over. Let's go move on to question number 2. Mr. ENORTAP, of the 26 players we just found, how many are from Canada?
Ooh.
12, 14, 16, 20, 18, or 20? The 26 players we just got are the first question. How many of them are from Canada?
That's a tough one.
If you know already 26, so those people knows who they are. They got a good answer, Mr. ENORTAP. Jose, David, RJ, Magic, Mark P. Remember the picture for the Chicago Blackhawks? Mark P. something, cannot remember. Rudolph, Nicolas de Goubi-Bono, Vinny, James Bain. James is in the house, back in the house tonight. About that one. Brand, Bobby, Mark Raboritz, welcome back. And then we have Run with Kings, Super, King, Kelly, Danny, Luc, Angelo, Nooner, Joseph, Pierre Martin, Joe Friday, Tara, and Mr. ENORTAP.
I'm going to go with D, 18.
D18. But we have a winner, and that person take the lead 2-2 tonight. And
Oh my God!
the answer, guy, is C. 16. And ladies and gentlemen, 2 and 2, Roger. The Habs number 1 is on the lead right now, only with 2. By the way, Vinny, Mark, and Mark P, and Mark R take one good answer for question number 2. Congratulations. Mr. ENORTAP, don't forget about this, because question number 3. Of the 26 players, how many of them play 15 years and more in NHL? 12 of them, 14, 16, 18, or 20.
Wow. Okay.
Angelo says 0 and 2. Whoa, Angelo. No, you take the lead. Keep up. RJ, King, Mark, Jose, Nicolas, David Archer, Angelo, Ron, Brian, Magic, Francois, Danny, Rudolph, Super, Bobby Magadonuts. I love this name now. Tara, Vinny, James Bone. Oof. Joseph, Nooner, Pierre Martin, Joe Friday, Luc Laportune. Mr. ENORTAP.
I think, they played 15 or more years.
Yep, Mark, got it.
I'm going to go B, 14.
14. Pierre
14.
Martin, D, I got it. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God!
The answer is C. Kelly got it at the last minute. And congratulations. We have David Arthur, Kelly, Joseph, Roger are 2 good answers. Jose Duarte is the only one take a 1 good answer so far. After 3, they are the leader on the board. 2 more to go at 11:40 a Saturday night in July.
Can I be shut up? Let's see.
Mr. ENORTAP, of the 26 players, remember, it's 26. How many of them score 200 goals and more in NHL? 8, 10, 12, 14, or 16?
200.
I told you I was tired tonight.
Yeah.
RJ, I got it. Mark P, Run with Kings, I got it. Magic, I got it. Rudolph, I got it. Angelo, Francois, Jose, I got it. Oh, this gave you a chance now. Super, Luc 03, David, Brian, Joe, King, Vinny, Joseph, Bobby, I got it. Angelo, Nooner, and the time, Danny, Pierre. Mr. ENORTAP.
I'm going to go with
Tara.
B.
Kelly. B.
Yeah.
We have a few people get it.
Oh my God!
Hey.
Mark got it, and Pierre Martin got it, and Kelly take the lead at 3. Congratulations, Pierre Martin score at 8. Congratulations, Mark Rabinowitz got his 2nd point of the night, and we have Vinny James 007 got 2. Here we go, the last question of the night. Kelly, can she win? And she got the last one.
Can I break the shutout?
Question number 5. Mr. ENORTAP. Of the 26 players, how many of them never play in the 21st century? 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4? People take more the stat when they are 0, 4, 0, 3, 0, 4.
Yeah. I understand that very well.
Brian got the first answer on this one now. He said E, all right? King Jose said E. RJ, Nicolas, Rudolph, Joseph, Angelo, Magic, David, Francois, Mark. Wait a minute. I have to go back right away. Vinny, Mark, Danny, Super. We have Bobby, Luke, Joe, Friday, Pierre, Angelo, Tara. I got it. Philip, Kelly. Mr. ENORTAP.
I think it's E.
Is what?
4. 4.
4. If Mr. ENORTAP is 4, you win tonight, at least one of you. One of them. And it will be the same thing for an owner. Kelly said E. So if Kelly is right, she win automatically. But if she's wrong, can someone tie the game? It's D. No! And Kelly, but Mark Rabinowitz joined Kelly to win tonight at 3-3. Congratulations. Both of you win tonight the contest of the friendship quiz. And Mark P., James Bond, Roger, Joseph Laham, David Archer, Magic, Super, Drew, all at 2, Jose Duarte, and then Joe Friday and FM, forgot his last name, as 1, and many of you are 05 tonight. We don't mention who you are. You recognize yourself. That's the most important things. Great game, everybody. We appreciate your participation. What a night, Mr. ENORTAP. When we decide to do this, we never thought we're going to reach midnight tonight, but it is what it is. We cannot be more grateful and thankful, Mr. ENORTAP. I don't know if you're back tomorrow or not. If not, we wish you an amazing, great vacation, Mr. ENORTAP. Whatever you do, just want to let you know you're going to be missed by the chat, by the people in the chat. We can't wait to see you next time and enjoy whatever you're doing with your family. That's the most important things. But before you leave, you have to remember, because that's what you are. You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you. Here we go, everybody. It was an amazing, great night of Let's Talk Habs, Saturday night special edition of the Power Play Show, Mr. ENORTAP. I just want to say again to you, thanks so much again for everything you do here. It's unbelievable. Cannot be more grateful about your participation and the fact you are with us. We wish you a sleep well tonight. Don't forget, it's okay. Don't worry about the Montreal Canadiens for the next 8 days. Enjoy your vacation. Jeff Petry will be fine. Mike Matheson will be all right. And you'll not be worried about this. We get PITLICK. That's the most important things. Until then, we want to remind everybody, guys, be well, be healthy. Find a way not only to dominate your day, but find a way to donate your second half of what, Mr. ENORTAP?
Your 2022.
2022, everybody. Of course, remember, we love you people. Have an amazing, great night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. ENORTAP.
My pleasure. Good night.
Good night. Let's see what we have. Mark, Luc Lavorson, Kelly, Terry T, RJ, Bobby Bagadonitz, Mark P, Terry T, Angelo, Danny T, Roger, Tim Morrison, Vinny James Bound 007, Pierre Martin, François Petry, Jose Duarte, Super Drew, Magic, David Archer, Tara, Kelly, Joseph Laham, Mark. We have Joe Friday and Mr. FM. I cannot remember everybody. You're welcome, Danny. Thanks again for everybody. Mr. Danny, thanks again for your job tonight. All the moderators, the Hockey National Show, we want to tell you, thank you so much. We should tell you more often. King of Gamer, have a great night, buddy. RJ, thanks for all the update. Moderator, again, we appreciate your help like you do all the time. And we really grateful and thankful for each one of you guys.
Just finish what you started. Don't like the feeling that I've been fooled, deceived, and so misguided.
Thank you, ENORTAP again.
What do I know? What's going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I let go? I do really want to know what's going on now. Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I say so? We're just putting on a show. What's going on now? Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I let go? I do really want to know what's going
Thank you,
on
Pete.
now. Is this another breakdown? You and me, should I say so? We're just putting on a show.
Oh, Nicolas!